high school football on the air. Denham Springs High School football broadcast, a John Fine production on Family Radio 9.9 at FineProductions.com with Yellow Jackets color commentator Covington, producer John Fine. Here now is your Yellow Jackets play-by-play announcer Josh Ward.
Good evening and welcome to Yellow Jacket Football, Family Radio 91.9 FM, and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. I'm Josh Ward. It is my pleasure to welcome you in to the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Sporting Center located right there, 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. Proudly serving the parish since 1977. Whatever you need, Sporting Center has it. You need team trophies, you need team uniforms, you need athletic equipment, you need some Denham swag. No matter what it is, they got it right there at Sporting Center. Go see Stacy Phipps, James, Adam McCants, and that terrific staff over at Sporting Center. That is 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. Folks, 2024 season gets underway here from Walker High School as it will be the Yellow Jackets facing the parish rival again, Walker Wildcats, in the annual Jamboree that they do here every year. These two teams swap it out each year. Last week, the Yellow Jackets hosted a scrimmage against Zachary at Yellow Jacket Stadium, and the Yellow Jackets looked pretty impressive in that one. In the time periods of the scrimmage, they outscored Zachary 18-0 and actually walked away with an overall score of 32-7 in that one. So a very nice showing by the Yellow Jackets against the Zachary High Broncos last week from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Now, flip it to this week. Walker Wildcats looking to be a good team this year. Where the Yellow Jackets ended their season last year was right here. We get it started this year. Great to have you along with us. We've got a lot coming up. We got some special guests coming in. Kickoff will not be our normal 7 o'clock kickoff. It'll be about 7:15 to 7:30 as the freshman and JV Jamboree is underway as we speak. Again, we come to you from Walker High School. We will take a timeout. When we return, I will be joined by Mitch Covington. We've got a lot more and exciting things to get to you here tonight before kickoff, so stay with us. We're back after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Store in Livingston Parish for 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all Denham Springs and surrounding schools, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all your brand names like Adidas, Russell Athletic, and Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving, and they can handle all your advertising, promotional, line shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range, Denham Springs.
Quick and handy cleaners, now Sunshine Cleaners. Name has changed, but not the same service you've received throughout the year. Hats off to Scooter and Keene for everything they've done to help the Livingston Parish communities. The Moore family at Sunshine Cleaners has been in business since 1995. Look forward to offering the same service with the same great staff you come to rely on. Family operated, that's Sunshine Cleaners. Denham Springs and Live Oak, and location Baton Rouge.
Demco believes championing youth programs helps pave the way for a better future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program to giving students a chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steak, seafood, pizza, salad, side desserts, 37 teas, and Big Mike's is open after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School grad Big Mike O'Neill. Check Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame, Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Athens Square in Denham, or delivery waiter or Grubhub. If you're waiting for a retirement approach involved phrase, I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time will be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors, Scott Landry, and James White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and James White at Edward Jones, 79 Del Orleans, across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member IPC.
Denham Springs School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackson Vision. Brought to you in part by U.S. Rock, David Azar Shelf Insurance Company, District Court Brian Abels, Coconut Tree Zachary, Sports List, and Safe Voyage Tattoo. thank you for your support and patronage of local businesses.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jacket Football, Family Radio 91.9 FM. Well, on the web at johnfineproductions.com. Josh Ward alongside my partner, Mitch Covington. Mitch, great to have you along with us again for this season. Great to see you again. Welcome back to the booth.
I'm fired up to be here, man. Another season, my fourth season working on the broadcast here with John Fine Productions, and really looking forward to it. Had a lot of wins here, was able to call. Sometimes score didn't go our way, but we still had a lot of fun up here in the press box, and so looking forward to another fun year. Good to see you, Josh, and looking to it.
Well, we're looking forward to this one here. Obviously, we're in the open air, top of the press box here on the visitor side, so if you hear a little bit of wind coming through your radio, we are in a bit of a windy situation here, and it feels great. I tell you what, if we could go, we'd be sweating it out up here, but right now it's very comfortable. But hoping the weather holds out, so do your not rain dances if you're listening at home, and hope that we can get this thing out here without any hiccups. But Mitch, last week, as I had mentioned in the opening there, the Yellow Jackets hosted Zachary at Yellow Jacket Stadium. Zachary, as we know, Division I non-select state runner-up last year. And I tell you what, Denham Springs looked mighty fine against the Broncos. They really did. There's been a lot of optimism. I can tell you just around town, I started getting a lot of text messages that night, starting Thursday night after the game, how well Denham was playing and how well they looked. And a lot of excitement right now, especially with the way it went last weekend or last Thursday. The guys got out there on both sides of the ball. Defense played really well. Offense, in my opinion, looked phenomenal. Like all scrimmage long, they really moved the ball up and down the field and did a great job. And so just a good start to the season. Of course, everybody's still 0-0. Nobody gets credit for a win on that one, but it's a good start, and the guys have been working hard all summer, all off season in the spring and in the summer to get out there and go up against another team and put the pads on and to put up a great performance. I know the guys were really excited, and the coaching staffs felt really good about the way that went. You know, when you think about it, at the end of the season, that Jamboree isn't going to mean a whole lot. That scrimmage isn't going to mean a whole lot. This Jamboree tonight isn't going to mean a whole lot. But it's a lot building up to that first game at home against Hammond that's coming next Friday, as we know, from Yellow Jacket Stadium. So to start to go against a powerhouse like Zachary and to play that well, and then come in here tonight with a team that is picked to win this district. They are the district favorite right now, if you read the newspaper today. And we'll get back to that. I was a little upset about the article I read this morning, but we'll get to that later. But if you look at all that, I mean, this is another good stepping stone towards that Week 1 game. It is, and like you said, we played Coach Beard scheduled very tough with the scrimmage game, taking on Zachary, who's been, the top of the elite in the state over the last 10 to 12 years or so. Many state championships last year, a state runner-up, but those guys are always there fighting out for a state title at the end. So the scrimmage them at home in Jacket Stadium. Then today we got Walker in the scrimmage in the Jamboree. But Walker, who went to the quarterfinals last year, and you start looking at their roster, you start looking at some of those names, a lot of the same names that you heard last year are going to be out there on the field again tonight. And so, as you said, some of the writers, sports writers or coaches have thought Walker very highly of Walker. Think they may be a favorite to win district this year. And so tonight's going to be another good challenge to see where the Jackets stand. Once again, just like the scrimmage, everybody's going to be 0-0 after tonight. But the coaches really need this opportunity to learn their players. The players need the opportunity maybe to gain some confidence or just get another chance to learn out there on the field. Put some effort out there on tape, and then coaches can work on that and coach it up and get ready for that first regular season game against Hammond when it starts for real. Last point on Zachary before we switch our focus completely away from that. What was the biggest takeaway that you took from that last week? Well, the biggest takeaway that impressed me the most, I guess you could say, because they looked impressive really all the way around. Well, I thought the offense was really sharp. Last season we kind of rotated quarterbacks. We went through three different starters at quarterback at some point in the season. And then, of course, we were coming back with Jerry Horn's going to be the senior this year, the one with the most experience. Got some starts as a freshman and, some as a sophomore. But then we also have John Goldman as a quarterback who got a lot of reps last year, got a few starts under his belt. They really had a competitive battle in the offseason on who was going to win the battle, maybe who might be the starter. And I don't know where Coach Beard is leaning right now, as if they want to, do a combo with them, a 1-2 punch, or is it going to be, maybe Jerry's to start and it kind of is his unless, things don't start going well. But Jerry took the first snaps last week and a lot of the reps with the ones. He played really well at quarterback. The receivers really looked good. They did a great job out there. Receivers like
like Tylen Haynes and Colton LaBeouf, who were coming back from last year. Last year we took some lumps, but a lot of those guys that were on the field last year, sophomores and juniors, have that much more experience now, and it really paid off, and it showed as those guys were really sharp and executing at a high level. Both quarterbacks play well, receivers look well, O-line held up. The big question mark maybe for the season, you're going in looking at it on paper, we lost a ton of defensive players from last year, and the defensive guys that we lost, of course, Deshaun McBride going to LSU, and Mason Varese, a great defensive cornerback for us in the backfield, 3-year starter. We got a lot of places to replace on that defensive side. They held up really well against Zachary. Sometimes maybe some turnovers and things like that aided in the help, kind of helped us out a little bit, but maybe we forced those turnovers. That's part of the game as well. So we'll see how that holds up if the defense can continue to play well, but I really did love what I saw with the offense, and I expect that's going to be a key part for the team this year, kind of the leading aspect for the Jackets.
Early MVP of the game already is our boy Jake Williamson. As we're sitting here and things are flying all over the place, a very important piece of paper that I need for tonight flew out of the stadium and basically into the parking lot behind us. Mr. Williamson went and got it for me. So Jake Williamson, MVP before we even get this thing started. All right, Mitch, we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we're going to hand it over to John Fine, as he will be joined by Livingston Parish News sports editor Chris Kincaid. So that interview coming up next, and then we'll be joined by Lady Jackets basketball coach Rudy Smith following that. So stay with us. It is Denham Springs and Walker Wildcat Stadium Jamboree 2024. We're back after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
No pain, no gain might apply to football, but your teeth. If you have toothache pain, get relief with Dr. Michael Sharola. Emergencies are seen the same day. Dr. Sharola and staff treat all phases of dentistry, including whitening procedures. Michael Sharola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all world by visiting him. Call 665-3100. Visit Dr. Sharola in Watson next to the post office.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. Again, excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business. We are excited about things to come. Whether it's a newer car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet family to your school family, go Jackets!
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 27 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting to mail. And interactive teller machines drive up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturday. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Where can you get good neighbors and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is your one-stop shop in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is ready to help. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual dealers will be customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
And water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it never happen. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs, soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackets Vision, are brought to you in part by Shay Landry, closing attorney, Milestone Hill, Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, OK Campground, Ryan Ross, owner, OK Computer and Auto Sales, and Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Orthopedic Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
It's Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. My name is John Fine, proud to be producing Denham Springs High School football broadcast, our 29th season producing football broadcast for the Yellow Jackets. And as part of Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, for an elongated warm-up, given the fact that we are fitting our programming to match what is happening on the field as far as the varsity is concerned, we are going to have a couple of very special interviews. First things first, the freshman Denham Springs team defeats the Walker freshman team 8-0. The JV teams are on the football field getting ready to play their Jamboree, and then we will have the varsity Jamboree for you at or about 7:15 tonight. Right now, it's our privilege to be joined by the sports editor of the Livingston Parish News, Chris Kincaid. Chris, how are you?
Great, John. How are you tonight?
Doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. And you got to be excited because high school football season is here, and I know you love high school football.
Oh, without a doubt. The preseason stuff gets a little bit tiring at times, but I know we're a week away tonight. We get to play kind of a simulated game with 24 minutes, so it'll be fun tonight to see these guys in action.
Well, on the one hand, this game doesn't matter as far as the overall record is concerned, but on the other hand, it's Denham Springs and Walker competing, so this is a little bit more important for these two teams than maybe some others in Jamborees.
Without a doubt, rivals always make it more fun when you get to the Jamborees.
Okay, there you go. Now, you're a Yat. Talk about your background.
Okay, I was born and raised in New Orleans, graduated from Brother Martin in 1995. Went to Southeastern after that. Graduated with a degree in general studies. Had some problems with the sports history classes. I'm sure some people can feel my pain on that. But and then I ended up with the St. Tammany News in 2006 and been doing sports writing ever since.
Problems with the sports history classes? What's all that about?
No, sports science classes.
Oh, sports science classes.
No,
Okay.
I aced the sports history class.
I was going to say, yeah, there you go. That's why you were the Livingston Parish News. Talk about McHugh David and what about him is so special, the editor of the Livingston Parish News, and why you felt that it was a really good fit for you.
To be honest with you, I just think that he and I think a lot alike. I kind of knew within the first 30 seconds of talking to him on the phone that this is a guy I want to work for. And living in St. Tammany, I mean, the only thing I saw that wouldn't really be a problem, it just had to be something that had to kind of work with, would just be the drive, because it's a little bit of a hike here. It's 60 miles from here to my house, but I knew I had to talk to him, and I knew that this was just talking to him within the first 30 seconds. I just knew that this was a guy I wanted to possibly work for, and to be honest with you, John, it's been a better fit than I've ever could have imagined.
Oh, outstanding. Well, I have a soft spot in my heart for McHugh David and for the late, great Jeff David, his dad, for Nancy David, his mom, as that was one of the few radio stations I worked for where they didn't fire me. So I have really strong feelings for McHugh, and he's really a chip off the old block. And as sports editor, what are your responsibilities? What's the day look like for Chris Kincaid?
For the most part, it's just kind of figuring out what to write about that day, kind of seeing what the games look like, seeing where I should go for that week or where our stringers should go, freelance people should go. And so it's just kind of, who's going to be taking pictures. Like tonight, we have somebody who's going to be sending us pictures from this game. Come probably this weekend or on Monday, I'll kind of look at the schedule for next Friday and see what games need to be covered and then what games I'll be getting over the phone, and then once we're done tonight, I'll go home and write up the game either tonight or tomorrow. Get the scores up on Facebook, and then there is one team that we're not covering in person this week. I'll get in touch with that coach. I've already talked to him, so just stuff like that. Some of it's arranging stuff, some of it's just writing it. And some of it's just getting with people and just kind of having an understanding of what's coming up and what needs to get done.
He is Chris Kincaid. He is the sports editor of the Livingston Parish News. My name is John Fine, and it is the Sport and Sell Yellow Jackets warm-up. We're back after this pause on Denham Springs football.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
If your saving for retirement approach involves
I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisor Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Haber, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Haber, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Haber, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs. Don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Haber, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Haber, and Angel.
Count on it. Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business tax, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 27 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackson Vision, are brought to you in part by Denham Springs, Mr. T's Pizza, Cypress Pharmacy, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, the Law Office of Ivy L. Graham, and Hunt's Tires and Car Care. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
It is Denham Springs and Walker in the Walker Jamboree. Kickoff for the varsity at or about 7:15 tonight. Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up continues. John Fine, along with the sports editor of the Livingston Parish News, Chris Kincaid. And Chris, Billy Gibson is one of your key people.
He is, and Billy's done, since I've been here, Billy's done a great job. I know he did a great job before I got here. And, he absolutely loves this. He actually loves doing this, and I'm excited that we have him.
All right, there you go. Now, you have hard copy that comes out weekly on Sundays, but you have a very strong presence on the internet and social media. Talk about that.
Actually, the hard copy comes out on Thursdays, but yes, sir.
I was just testing you. You're on the ball.
But yeah, no, the hard copy comes out on Thursdays, but we try to get them up. We try to get the stories up on the internet as quickly as possible, and then sometimes we'll link them to Facebook if it's something that we show up at in person, or if it's a big story.
All right, is football as far as high school football here compared to, let's say, the Bogalusa area where you worked previously? And tell us a little bit about how you would compare the interest, the fervor, what have you.
It's hard to compare the interest. I feel like high school football I feel like there's an excitement everywhere you go when it comes to high school football in the state, because I worked in St. Tammany as well,
right,
and then went to Brother Martin. So I've kind of seen. I mean, there was a period there where I really wasn't going that many games because I was going through college and I had other jobs, but there were, I kind of seen it across basically 4 or 5 parishes if you include Jefferson Parish as well. But I feel like when we get to this time of year, I feel like there's an extra sense of excitement that football's here, and that's high school, pro, or college as well.
Now, Brother Martin, was your rivalry the whole Catholic League? Was it Jesuit? I mean, how did that work?
My feeling was always that Jesuit was our rival, and we really didn't root against anybody per se, except we wanted Jesuit to lose every week.
Okay, there you go. And
I'm still like that too.
You still like that, huh?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Well, if Gordy Rush is listening, he's not pretty happy about what you had to say, but nevertheless, the prayer and the Star Spangled Banner coming up, so we'll take this break. It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. We're back after this pause on Denham Springs football. All right, we're going to keep it right here. We apologize for that. I guess it's preseason for us as well. So we're going to try to take another break on Yellow Jackets football.
James Drugstore is your locally owned and operated pharmacy. James has been serving Livingston Parish for almost 100 years. Your independent pharmacy, James is committed to your health. Their pharmacists are there to serve you. Quick, accurate, professional. Old-fashioned service meets modern-day medicine. James Drugstore, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Quick and Handy Cleaners is now Sunshine Cleaners. The name has changed, but not the same great service you've received throughout the years. Hats off to Scooter and Kay Keene for everything they've done to help the Livingston Parish community. The Moore family at Sunshine Cleaners has been in business since 1995 and looks forward to offering the same great service with the same great staff you've come to rely on. Family owned and operated, that's Sunshine Cleaners. Denham Springs, Walker, and Live Oak, and locations in Baton Rouge.
Hey guys, this is Steve and Ben Wilson with Peak Performance Physical Therapy. With both of us being graduates of Denham Springs High School, we are proud to be on the sidelines on Friday nights, helping.
It is Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, Denham Springs and Walker. The varsity to start at or about 7:15. In the freshman game, it was Denham Springs defeating Walker 8-0. The JV's on the field right now. We are rejoined by Chris Kincaid. He is the sports editor of the Livingston Parish News. And Chris, you talked about college and pros. What about the LSU Tigers? How do you see them this year?
I'm curious about them because, you have Garrett Nussmeier starting a quarterback for the first year. I know he's kind of been that guy that's been waiting in the wings. He's looked good at times when he's come in. He's struggled, at times he struggled, but he looked great in the bowl game last year, getting first-team reps and all. So I'm going to be curious. He's got a great arm, and he's got one of his best offensive linemen coming back, too.
Well, let's talk also about the defense, and in particular, Harold Perkins.
I was going to go there. I mean, that guy, he was incredible last year, and to get him back, I think it's a gift this year. The fact that he didn't go pro. So,
all right. Now, a real question for a who dat, the New Orleans Saints. Talk about them.
Well, Derek Carr finished up well last year, and, I'm partial to the Saints because I'm a season ticket holder. But, Derek Carr finished up well last year. I'm hoping he can build on that, especially with the new offensive coordinator. The receiving corps should be pretty good with, especially with Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed in there too. And then you get Alvin Kamara back for the entire year this year after he had a suspension last year. So, I know the offensive line's been I know people talk bad about the offensive line. To me, I heard Sean Payton talk about part of the quarterback, part of the offensive line is how well the quarterback gets rid of the ball. And I'm kind of wondering if Drew maybe hit some warts with how fast he got rid of the ball when he was here. from the offensive line, because I feel like the Saints have a history of kind of drafting those run blockers.
Well, certainly a big question will be Trevor Penning and how he holds up as right tackle.
Right, exactly. Not having Ryan Ramczyk Ryan Ramczyk this year is big. He's been good since we got him. So.
Now, how about on the defense side of the ball? They got a little bit younger, but are still one of the older teams in the NFL.
They did, and I think getting Young on the defensive line is going to do nothing but help. You're right. I mean, they're a little bit older, but then you also have the linebacking group is good. The cornerbacks were good already, and then you add Kool-Aid McKinstry to the group out of the draft, and that just adds to an already good group.
All right. Are we looking at a playoff team or what?
I hope so.
Okay. There you go.
I've got the money for the playoff tickets, so I'm ready to buy.
All right. Well, there you go. McHugh's paying you well. Glad to hear that. He is.
I'm not complaining.
Chris Kincaid, the Livingston Parish News sports editor. I'm John Fine. It is Denham Springs and Walker at the Walker Jamboree, and it'll be the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up after this pause on Yellow Jackets football.
Stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then, turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Ames.
If you're a small business owner in the Denham Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson runs a small business in the Denham Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price, because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Brandy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackson Vision, are brought to you in part by Karam Inn, Triton Outpatient Clinic, Todd Caruso, Attorney at Law, Duke's Seafood and Steakhouse, Modad One Individual Sewage Treatment System, Forest Grove Plantation, and Billy Reese Professional Title Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
It is Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, Denham Springs and Walker in the Walker Jamboree, and the kickoff for the varsity will be at or about 7:15. The freshman Jackets defeated the freshman Wildcats 8-0. JV on the field right now, and Denham Springs is driving. They're close to the red zone. We'll give you updates as warranted. John Fine, joined by Livingston Parish News sports editor Chris Kincaid. And Chris, during the break, you didn't talk about the Saints, you didn't talk about LSU, but you talked about Brother Martin and the rivalry with Jesuit, which we alluded to previously. So we know where your heart is at. It's definitely high school football, huh?
It's a little bit of everything. I just, I enjoy sports in general. Tonight when I get home, I'm probably going to take a peek and go see what Brother Martin did. Like I was telling you during the break, I had a cousin and uncle that went to Jesuit, an uncle that taught there, and then I had a cousin that graduated like the May before I started. Brother Martin as a student, so yeah. So I mean, my heart's there. My heart's with the Saints, and obviously I'm rooting for the local teams and for the Louisiana teams in college football.
All right, there you go. But let's turn to pro basketball because you're a big fan and follower of the New Orleans Pelicans as well.
Yeah, we've got season tickets to them as well, and that's those games are a blast. So I'm just hoping. I'm hoping like we talked about Derek Carr building on last season. I'm hoping the Pels can kind of build on last season what they did. I mean, 49-33 is nothing to sneeze at. So. Hopefully they can figure out the center position, this draft pick we got. Hopefully he's the answer. You never know.
All right. Well, I tell you what, right now, you or I might be able to start at center, and neither of us are 6'5" or 7 feet tall. And that's an exaggeration, obviously, but that would be the big question mark with the Pelicans this year.
Right, yeah, I think the bench is going to be fine. I think that getting Jordan Hawkins another year is going to be a good thing. But, I think our bench was in good shape last year. I think, it may have taken a little bit of a dip this year, but I do think that I think the Pels overall, I think they're going to be in good shape this year.
All right, there you go. High school football. Is it the last bastion of football, of true football, with everything going on with NIL and the transfer portal on the college level? The conferences run amok this year. No more Pac-12, the Big Four, not the Big Five. And, of course, pros, they get paid gazillions of dollars. But nevertheless, is this the last kind of really true sport that we're seeing, high school football? High school sports?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer because I feel like that the guys in college are going out there. I think they're going out there and they're giving everything they have. You can still transfer. You can still transfer in high school football, in high school sports. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know the rule book, because I don't. But you can still transfer in high school football things if the situation dictates it. So.
Right. All right. Brett Beard, talk about the Jackets athletic director and head football coach. And I'm sorry?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me now? Okay. We're having some technical difficulties. Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Okay, yeah, now you come.
All right, okay, great.
I think so.
Talk about Brett Beard, the Jackets head football coach and athletic director.
I got to meet Brett when he was at Bowling Green when I was working for the Bogalusa Daily News, and it was a pleasant surprise when I saw that he was going to be when I saw I was going to be working with him again. Great guy. It sounds like they took their lumps last year a little bit with some inexperience after they graduated. It sounds like they graduated a big senior class the year before, if I understand it right. Mm-hmm. And so this year, I mean, they're coming out. I know they're hoping for a big year, and they got off to a good start last week. If last week means anything, I don't know much about Zachary, but as far as this year goes, I know they were the state runner-up last year.
Well, what does this mean? Put it in perspective, because, again, all this doesn't count. And Brett Beard, speaking at the Denham Springs Athletic Association meeting, said that, sure, he would like to win the scrimmage. He would like to win the Jamboree, and they are competing to do that. But the foremost thing on their mind is getting ready for Week 1 against Hammond next Friday night at Yellow Jacket Stadium.
Right. I tell people all the time that I don't know what I'm watching in scrimmages or Jamborees because – I mean, you could go out here tonight and you could struggle. On the other hand, you may go out here tonight and, you can struggle tonight and have a great season. I mean, nobody's being crowned a champion tonight.
Sort of like preseason in the NFL, huh?
Right, which, we went to the game, we went to the Saints game on Sunday, but I literally went there, just kind of kicked my feet up and just enjoyed a football game. That was really the only thing I did. I didn't go there looking for anything in particular. I just sat back and enjoyed a football game. Tonight I'm going to sit back and enjoy a football game, and I'll be with two teams from Livingston Parish, two rivals, which will make it fun, and two teams I have a lot of respect for as well.
All right. How do you see the district shaping up this year?
That's interesting because I don't know much about the teams in Baton Rouge like Dutchtown and those guys, but I think. Well, the curiosity right now is, can Denham Springs take the next step after last year, with this game at least, And then can Walker maintain what they did last year? Because they had a great season last year. They went to the quarterfinals. So that was kind of a big thing I wrote up in my article when I wrote up about them making history was, the big thing now is maintaining it. You did it. You know what you do. You know what it took. And you have your quarterback coming back, I believe it's for the third year.
Right. Well, and you have a situation where the Jackets quarterback started some, sat some, and even this year, although it appeared Jerry Horn is their number one guy, the Goldman kid also could be seeing some action too. Jackets going to sort of play that by ear, so we'll see what materializes during the course of the regular season. All right. Where can people write you? Where can they contact you? Where can they follow you? Chris Kincaid?
Okay.
How does that work?
Well, I'm on Twitter, and I don't really use my personal account much on Twitter.
Okay.
But the Twitter account is @BadBowler300. We're on Facebook with it's the Livingston Parish News Facebook page. The website is livingstonparishnews.com. And then if they need to contact me, my email is Chris, CHRIS, @LPN1898.com.
Chris, you've been off to a great start. Thanks for joining us, and look forward to working with you this year and the years to come.
I appreciate it, John. Thanks a lot for having me.
That's Chris Kincaid. He is the Livingston Parish News sports editor. My name is John Fine. It is Denham Springs and Walker in the Walker Jamboree. The kickoff at or about 7:15. Sport and Center Yellow Jackets warm-up rolls on. Coming up next, it'll be Denham Springs girls basketball coach Rudy Smith after this pause on Yellow Jackets football.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy has been serving the wonderful people of Livingston Parish for over 20 years now. This is Ben Wilson, Denham Springs High School, class of 98, and the much younger Stephen Wilson, class of 2003. We are honored to have the opportunity to help those in our community return to a normal way of life following injury. From the geriatric population to the young athlete, we are committed to helping you become stronger, faster, and better. So for all of your physical therapy and rehab needs, come see us at Peak Performance Physical Therapy, located in Denham Springs at 145 Aspen Square, or visit our website at peakperformancephysicaltherapy.com.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
You are our first priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and vehicle security. Innovative Audio's installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denham Springs. Visit us on Facebook.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackson Vision, are brought to you in part by Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care, Safe Voyage Tattoo, Use Safe and Lock, District Court Judge Brian Abels, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, and Coconut Willie's Bakery. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
It is Denham Springs and Walker in the Walker Jamboree. The freshman Jackets defeated the Wildcats 8-0. JV competing on the field right now. Waning moments of the first of two halves. No score, Denham Springs and Walker. The varsity, which we'll bring to you at or about 7:15. Right now, it's our pleasure and privilege to be joined by the Denham Springs High School girls basketball coach, Rudy Smith. Coach Smith, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Mr. John.
Oh, certainly our pleasure. 2023-24 was a magical season for you and the Lady Jackets, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ended up overall 29-5, state runner-ups, and I have to throw this in here. We had Denham Springs TV do a document series on us. I had 13 episodes, and it kind of just all went together. So we could kind of relive that special year kind of for the rest of our lives.
Yep, have that written down right here in my notes, so that's great. Yeah, and John Lombardi and company, they do an unbelievable job.
Fantastic, fantastic. Very professional, and it got to where at first I thought maybe it would add more pressure to the kids, having the cameras in their faces, but instead the kids loved it so much, and the coaches, that we didn't want to lose just to have another episode. You know, we didn't want the episodes to stop.
Okay, so are you sort of saying that maybe Johnny Lombardi was the MVP of your team last year?
I do think he has a part in it.
Okay.
There's no doubt about it.
There you go. And that was very well done.
Yes.
Now, magical season in 23-24, 22-23, a great regular season, and then unceremoniously knocked out of the playoffs in the first round. Talk about that.
Yeah, first round loss to Slidell. We had a chance to win it. I really thought throughout the season we were playing really good ball right before the last 2 weeks of the season. I think we kind of broke down. No excuses, but we just weren't playing as well as we had been midseason, and I was a little worried about a little letdown. And we just kind of had one. We just kind of ran out of legs there towards the end of the season, and that was something we kind of harped on and built up on. That's one of the reasons why we were so successful last year.
That was the next question. How much did you use that as a motivating factor?
Oh, it's everything. There's so many little pieces, but just that loss right there just motivated everybody to get into that weight room and get stronger, continue to lift during the season. See, that was the big change we made, where we didn't stop lifting. Coach Joe Ryan took over with the lifting, and he does a fantastic job. He's our head strength and conditioning guy for all the sports now. So he did a fantastic job with the girls. We were bigger and stronger and faster last year. We had all our starters returning. It just all the stars aligned, I think, and I wish we would have pulled off the state championship.
You got awfully close making the finals. Now, I'm going to bring up Don Shula. Don Shula had an undefeated 17-0 Miami Dolphins team, the only undefeated team in the Super Bowl era in 1972. 73, the Dolphins lost some during the regular season, but came back and repeated. Shula, the late Shula, was often quoted as saying that his 73 team might have been better than the 72 team. So, your team last year got to the finals. The prior year eliminated in the first round, and yet terrific regular seasons. Which was the better team, do you think?
Oh, last year's
Last
team.
year? Okay.
It was pretty much the same team.
Right.
You know, we just were a year older, more experienced, and we knew what to expect and made sure that we were playing well at the end of the season. We were playing our best ball come playoff time last year.
All right, there you go. He is Rudy Smith, Denham Springs High School girls basketball coach. My name is John Fine. It is Denham Springs and Walker in the Walker Jamboree. We'll come back with more of Coach Smith after this pause on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up on Denham Springs football.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Hebert, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Hebert, and Angel. Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube are brought to you in part by BJ Pawn and Gun, Mr. Daddy's Pizza, Liberty Auto Sales, Cypress Pharmacy, Burning Lotus Tattoo at Denham Springs, and Rustic Home Outlet and Mattress Express Outlet. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
We welcome you back to Yellow Jackets football. It is Sporting Center Jackets warm-up, and starting next week, you can also view Yellow Jackets football as we go to YouTube at DS Jacket. Please follow us at DS Jacket Vision. You can like us, you can tell people about us, and you can subscribe to us. Starting next week, it'll be not only Yellow Jackets football on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the internet at johnfineproductions.com, but also on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. So we're certainly looking forward to that. And want to thank our crew who's really helping us put the thing together, including the great Jake Williamson and the great Darren Ferrante. We are rejoined by the Denham Springs girls basketball coach, Rudy Smith. And Coach, what's your basic philosophy? What's Rudy Smith ball like?
I want the kids to have a good time, but work hard. We play through our defense. You know, I like to put some pressure on the ball and make other teams feel a little uncomfortable. And then, you know, there's so many answers to that question. I've thought about that questions a lot, and I just think, you know, I want the kids to enjoy it, and I really enjoy building something with these kids and this program in this city.
Are you made to be a girls basketball coach, or do you think if you coach the boys, you could have some success there too? Have you ever coached boys?
I have. I've coached boys longer than I've coached girls. And I always said that I would never coach girls. And then something happened years ago, and I was kind of pushed into doing it many years ago. And I learned through the girls don't have the egos, so to say, with the boys. For example, when you tell a girl, go stand on the block, and you tell a boy to go stand on the block, you know, the boy will just kind of nonchalantly go to the block and pick a spot and be like, okay, I'm on the block. You tell a girl to go stand on the block, and she wants to know exactly what inch mark on that block.
Okay.
You need to be. So I like that about the girls. They want to know in detail everything, and that kind of fits how I coach.
So did you adjust your coaching style to fit the gender you were coaching?
Not too much. I really don't have a potty mouth. That's the one thing I want to make sure. My coaching staff doesn't really say much. You're free to say a few more extra words there with the boys, but I never did have an issue with that anyway. So I treat them just like the boys. You know, I get on to them just like I would with the boys. And I've had kids of my own. I've got 4 kids myself, and boys and girls. I've coached them all. So, and I've kind of coached them all the same. So.
All right.
Whether they're my blood or not, you know.
There you go. What was Rudy Smith like growing up? What kind of ball player were you?
I was okay. I ended up graduating at Central Private in '92. Went and played a year in junior college at Bossier Parish Community College under Mike McConaughey, and then thought my years were over. Decided to come back home. Got homesick and girlfriend sick. My girlfriend was over here at Southeastern. Walked on at Southeastern and played there for a year. I told myself if they give me a scholarship my second year, I'll stay with it. But I was getting beat up. I'm not a big guy. And they said, we don't have a scholarship for you to play. but if you'd like to be a graduate assistant or student assistant, we can pay for your school that way. So I said, hey, I'm going into coaching. It worked out perfect. So I got to be a GA.
So that was your entree into coaching.
That's it.
All right. Who was the head guy at Southeastern?
Coach Johnny Lyles.
Coach Johnny Lyles.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Coach McConaughey, one of the legendary Louisiana coaches.
For sure, without a doubt. He was very intense, but attention to detail, and probably one of the best coaches I've ever been around. He was amazing.
All right, there you go.
You know, they say, they always ask me this when I was a younger coach, what would you rather? Would you rather your kids fear you or respect you? And as a kid or a young man, I always said, I want my kids that play for me, I want them to respect me. You know, but I learned from Harvey Adger at Glen Oaks, you know, he always said, nah, Coach, you want your kids to fear you. You want them to think you're a little crazier than they are. And it always worked out for him over there. He's one of the winningest coaches ever. Well, I was afraid of Mike McConaughey. I was afraid, but I had tons of respect. He was a great coach, but he was an intimidating figure in that locker room, and we were scared to make mistakes. He was tough. Yeah, he's good stuff.
Now, talk about legendary coaches. Your bodyguard, who's accompanied you,
Correct.
Coach Piku. Talk about him here.
Yes.
He's with you.
Now, you know, I coached at North Corbin for 10 years.
Right.
So we were rivals for 10 years. I didn't like him. No, kidding. I loved him. We all the younger coaches looked up to him. I'm not very young now, but I was a little younger at the time. Looked up to Coach Piku. If we ever had any questions or anything, he was always willing to help. I really started liking Coach Piku, even though he was my rival. And when I took this job, I told him from the start, when you're available, Coach, I want you to jump on with the girls. And I want to say it took him 2 years. He coached one more year. He retired. I think he enjoyed a little bit of retirement. And then he came up to me. Now, in between there, I asked him every time I saw him, you coming on? You coming on? And he finally said, Coach, he came up to me one time at Mike's Bar and Grill. He said, Coach, I think I might take you up on your offer. What would you think you'll have me doing? And I said, Coach, whatever you want. Just to have you around, anything you want. And I love now he's like one of my best friends. And we hang out even outside of basketball a lot.
Well, all I know is you sort of ruined a broadcast we had about 3 years ago or so. We had an amazing send-off for Coach Pico. We had Mitch Covington interview him on the air, and now I see him like Lazarus. He's been resurrected, and he's coaching again.
Look how great he looks,
He
dude.
does look unbelievable.
Moving on that court.
Wow. Okay. What has LSU Lady Tigers success meant to your girls and your program?
Oh, it's huge. You know, last year before the season started, you know, we do a lot of build some camaraderie, team stuff. We go to practices, different colleges and stuff. We went to LSU's and got to watch LSU practice last year, and the girls had a blast. But even before that, I think that's what kind of got Mr. Lombardi thinking, hey, I could do something here. Girls basketball is on the rise with LSU winning a championship. Our Denham girls, we lost in the first round in an upsetting fashion, but everybody comes back, so they should be pretty good. So, man, all the chips fell there, you know, and I think it started with LSU winning that national championship.
What do you think about Kim Mulkey and her coaching style and what she does?
She's fantastic. She's fantastic. She brings so much energy. She's so fun to watch. You tell the kids love her. Fans adore her. She's meant to be here. So nothing but positive things to say about her.
Let's talk about your counterpart on the boys' side of Denham Springs basketball, Coach Cab. And I know you have a great working relationship with him and with the Denham Springs boys program.
You know, you can't help but have one with Coach Cab. He is probably the nicest. He's mentored me a lot. He's one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. He's so genuine. My son played for him for 3 years, just graduated last year. And there was never a complaint. Me, my son, my wife, and no one. Everybody just loves Coach Cab. You know, so much so like it's a little. He doesn't know this, but I have a little thing going on with our assistant principal, Miss White. I'm like, one day I'm gonna be your favorite coach. You know, I bought her brand new team shoes this year, thinking maybe this might convince her. And she's like, Coach, you'll never be my favorite, but you might be like 1B. But Coach Caballero will always be my favorite. And he's like that for everybody.
There you go. He is Rudy
guy.
Smith, the Denham Springs High School girls basketball coach. My name is John Fine. It's the Denham Springs Walker Jamboree at Walker High School. The freshman Jackets defeated Walker 8-0. The junior varsity knotted 0 apiece heading into their second half. And then we will have the varsity for you. The kickoff at or about 7:15 right here on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the internet at johnfineproductions.com. And we will not have YouTube tonight, but again, we remind you that coming up next week, it's the official debut of DS Jacket Vision. Please like us. Please tell people about us. Please subscribe to @DS Jacket Vision, and you can catch all Denham Springs High School football broadcasts as telecasts on YouTube. And all you have to do is subscribe @DS Jacket Vision. And some of the games may be tape delayed, but next week, it'll be Denham Springs Hammond Sporting Center Jackets warm-up at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock kickoff for the season opener for Brett Beard's Jackets. And you can catch that game now on radio, internet, and starting next week on YouTube @DS Jacket Vision. We'll come back with more of Rudy Smith, the girls basketball coach of Denham Springs High School, when we return after this pause on Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up on Denham Springs football.
Quick and Handy Cleaners is now Sunshine Cleaners. The name has changed, but not the same great service you've received throughout the years. Hats off to Scooter and Kate Keene for everything they've done to help the Livingston Parish community. The Moore family at Sunshine Cleaners has been in business since 1995 and looks forward to offering the same great service with the same great staff you've come to rely on. Family owned and operated, that's Sunshine Cleaners. Denham Springs, Walker, and Live Oak, and locations in Baton Rouge.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
James Drug Store is your locally owned and operated pharmacy. James has been serving Livingston Parish for almost 100 years. Your independent pharmacy, James is committed to your health. Their pharmacists are there to serve you. Quick, accurate, professional. Old-fashioned service meets modern-day medicine. James Drug Store, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs.
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Amy.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, KOA Campground, the Law Office of IBL Graham, Ryan Ross, owner OK Computers and Auto Sales, Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Denspree. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Jake Williamson in the house. Darren Ferrante with us in spirit. Lamine Figueroa back at the studio. Josh Ward and Mitch Covington to bring you the call. I'm John Fine, proud to be producer of Yellow Jackets football broadcast. It is Denham Springs and Walker in the Walker Jamboree. Kickoff at or about 7:15. Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up continues. And we are rejoined by Rudy Smith, the girls basketball coach at Denham Springs High School. Coach Smith, what's the mindset when you're playing a game like this? On the one hand, it doesn't count. On the other hand, it's your last tune-up. I mean, what is Coach Beard going through? What are his thoughts, his emotions, you think?
Well, he's probably just, most importantly, get out of here with no injuries. That's how I am through our jamborees and stuff. You want to fine-tune a few things, get some minutes in, get in game situations, but winning and losing means nothing. And, of course, you want to win, but in the long run, it just doesn't mean anything. So you just want to get out there with no injuries, maybe build a little team camaraderie, and get some minutes for some people that you may need later on, you know.
Now, Denham Springs and Central are traditional rivals, and Central is on the schedule, albeit as a non-district opponent. And now Walker and Live Oak certainly playing in the district with Denham Springs over the last half decade or so, maybe a little bit longer. And so where does this Denham Springs-Walker rivalry fit into the scheme of things, and especially with you where Walker basketball, girls basketball, has been traditionally good as well throughout the years?
Well, the last 3 years, it's definitely meant a lot. We haven't been able to even really compete with Walker. But going in and taking this job, I knew that was going to be the case. I coached these girls at Walker at when they were at North Corbin in middle school. We had I feel like we set records with number of wins and how bad we beat teams, and didn't even mean to. He's had a lot of great talent come through the last few years. Now we're getting to my 4th year. A lot of the kids that he's got playing for him, I don't know who they are. And now that I'm the head coach over here, I've paid a lot of attention to all the other middle schools, and I think we're going to level off here soon. I hope so. Just to make it a good competitive rivalry. The last 3 years, it really hadn't been much of a rivalry. But I'd like to be able to compete with them starting this year and get some wins, hopefully, in the next few years.
All right. Talk about your feeder schools and what they mean to the Denham Springs program.
And we talked about this the last 2 years. We do our best to try to stay involved. We make sure we put our girls, our varsity girls, on a bus, and we're out there watching their games, especially when they're playing each other. When I say them, Denham Springs Junior High, Jubin Park, and Southside. When they're playing, we try to get them over there, and it's a fun time. We go and talk to the kids and the coaches before the games. My girls that came from those schools, they kind of separate. Like, for instance, if Jubin and Southside's playing, you got my girls from Jubin on one side and then Southside on the other, and they're fighting in the bleachers while the two schools are fighting on the court, so it's a lot of fun. We also do a skills clinic, a free skills clinic to get to know the kids. We do it on Sunday. We'll start it next Sunday. And we do it for a couple hours every Sunday. Any athlete, female athlete that plays for a Denham Junior High School can come in, and our coaches and our players get to know them, and we get to work some basketball, kind of get them involved with what we're doing at the high school level.
Okay, do kids need to pre-register? Do they just show up?
No,
how does that work?
That's just it. We'll send some stuff out on social media, maybe send some stuff out through the schools, but it's a free deal. We don't even have a time yet, but we'll probably send it out in the next few days. And like last year, I think we went from like 2 to 4 every Sunday.
Okay, so it's Sundays starting not this Sunday,
but
the 1st, but maybe Sunday the 8th, if my dates are correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's really, really terrific. Yes. And you do a good thing as you help out these young players, but that certainly has to get them in gear to be eventual Lady Jackets, because they get to practice and play and learn from the girls who are the present Lady Jackets and their present coaching staff.
That's right. There's the tradition of Denham Springs girls basketball is unbelievable. And I knew that coming in. I knew if you can just keep your kids at home, you're going to have a shot at competing every year, and that's pretty much what we've tried to do, and I think we've done a pretty good job of it. I pretty much know every kid coming up when they enter the 6th grade, and we feel like it's our job to make sure we build some relationships with those kids and keep them coming to our school. It's a shame this day and age you have to recruit your own, but it's actually kind of fun. It's actually fun. We get the ones we want, all the ones that are in our area. We feel like we accomplished something, before it even starts.
All right, I asked Chris Kincaid this question. I'll ask you this. High school girls basketball, boys basketball, football, is this the last bastion of true sport, with everything in the collegiate level going more the professional level, with basically free agency and now soon to probably be employees, but certainly to be compensated with the NIL, what have you? So do you view what you're doing as sort of like the last bastion of sport?
I don't. I don't know. I really can't look that deep into it. I will tell you this. The few coaches that I do know at the college level that I've spoken with, ever since all this transfer, you just got so many transfers now where you don't have to sit. Most college coaches don't know your high school juniors anymore, unless you're a All-American. Your average kid that can go to a Southeastern or UNO or Tulane or something like that. A lot of kids don't. the coaches don't care really right now because all they do is they look at that transfer portal. That's the first thing they look at. They would rather have somebody with a little bit of experience, knowing I might get her for 2 years, might get her for 1 year, and then I'll just move on to the next transfer. So, that I guess kind of sucks for the high school kid, but the goal now is just to get in. Just get your foot in. Sometimes you may not get to go to the college you want to go to, but once you get in, you can use it to your advantage. You can use that, and you can get into the school you want if you continue to improve and get better.
It is the Rudy Smith Show, masquerading as the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Rudy Smith, the girls basketball coach at Denham Springs High School, will come back and wrap things up. It is Denham Springs and Walker in the Walker Jamboree. Kickoff at or about 7:15. My name is John Fine. More of Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up after this pause on Denham Springs football.
Seller Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Seller Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Seller Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackson Vision, are brought to you in part by Livingston Parish Plus, of course, Jason Harris, L. King Company, Danny Pauline with 5 Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Sports Clips, and Karam Inn. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
It is Sporting Center Jackets warm-up, Denham Springs and Walker in the Walker Jamboree. Kickoff at or about 7:15 tonight. Well, actually, it's going to be more like 7:25 or 7:30. And my name is John Fine, joined by Denham Springs High School girls basketball coach Rudy Smith. Coach Smith, talk about athletic director Brett Beard and what it's like to work for him.
Brett, I've said this from the start. He's like he's larger than life. He's got that apex type personality. He's the man. He walks around the school and everybody knows who he is. He's kind of, like I said, larger than life, and he's a great person to work for. I knew him before I came here, and I didn't have the greatest interview when I came and got the job, but thankfully he was in the interview. Although he was interviewing me, he was actually kind of pushing to get me there. He knew more about me, and he thought I was better than I thought I was, when I came in. So he's a good motivator. He's a great coach. Everybody seems to really love him and have jumped on board here at Denham Springs. He just makes it exciting, He's an exciting type person.
Well, he knew a lot about you before that interview because he said that when he went throughout town, everyone was mentioning your name. So you have a lot of people out there that were sort of touting you before you became the Lady Jackets head coach.
I had a lot of success in middle school.
There you go. There you go. All right. You have a starting 5 yet?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't, but I do have a big 3.
Okay, tell us about them, please.
Really, maybe even a big 4. I have my daughter is a senior, Taylor Smith. She's a returning starter for the last 4 years, last 3 years, and she's 18 points from getting her 1,000 career points. Hopefully she'll get that in the first game or two, and we'll get that out of the way.
Right.
But she's kind of runs the show. She's pretty tall point guard, 5'10", sees the floor well, really good shooter, and she's gotten a little stronger this summer. And she's kind of got her head right this year, so I'm looking for some big things from her. Maybe our best athlete, definitely our best athlete, but maybe our best player is Preya Nelson. She's a junior. She started since she was a freshman. She was our big last year. We're actually talking about moving her as a guard because of the incoming freshmen that are coming in that are so good. We move her at guard. She's so fast, lightning quick, handles the ball well. Those are my 1-2 punch.
Okay, and you said a big 3 or a big 4 maybe?
Yeah. My next senior is Jaden Vaughn. She was our 6th, 7th man pretty much the last 2 or 3 years. Came in, helped us make that run last year against Slidell. She had led us with 17 points in the playoffs. She'll fall in and hopefully take in that Reagan White's role, that catch and shoot. She's a really good shooter, and she's a little bit longer, and she's probably about 5'8", and quick. She's really improved. She's a great kid and a hard worker. And then the other one is the other junior I have. Her name is Kennedy Lindsay. She's improved so much each year that she's one of those. She's going to probably lead the state of Louisiana in charges taken. She does a lot of the little things. She can guard anybody on the court, whether it's a small point guard or a big center. She's got a nice little jump shot. She's really high IQ kid, hard worker. That's the 4. Now, I've got a lot of numbers that could fill in that 5th spot. From freshmen, sophomores to other seniors. It's exciting. Now, I don't know if you remember last year, I was super excited because I knew exactly where I was. This year, it's a little different. Last year, I knew we were going to beat teams just from experience. We were going to take care of business. This year, we're going to beat some teams that maybe we're not as good as. We may lose to some teams that might be worse than us.
Okay.
The consistency is what I'm a little worried about because we'll be young in that 5th spot, 5th, 6th through whatever spot.
Have you determined how many you want in your rotation, or will that just evolve?
Last year we had around 8. We had 8. It's nice to have 8, but I really think this year we're going to probably have 12. 10 to 12, and we're going to push the pace a little more. We're going to try to get shots up quicker and pressure people a little bit more, defend a little tighter, which is going to take energy. And we've got the speed on the bench to sub in and sub out. We may have a few different packages, kind of like football, where we put in just a defensive package that puts pressure in and makes kids nervous, gives our starters a little break for even if it's a minute at the end of each quarter to totally give a different look. And I've got the athletes to do it. Again, they're just young right now, but I've got a really good freshman class, really good sophomore class. It's a small junior class with the 2, Preya and Kennedy, but they're solid.
Now, does Smith call you dad at home and coach when you're in the gym, or is there a hybrid, or how does that work?
She does. She calls me. She does call me coach, and I kind of snicker and laugh when she does that. And she's always like, she's pretty serious. She's not like her dad. She's like, she gets mad at me when I'm like, Taylor, you just call me dad. She's like, no, stop it. She wants to just keep it. She doesn't want to feel like she has any advantages with me being her coach. So she doesn't like it if I call her out or anything like that, being my daughter.
Do you think you're tougher on her than the other kids?
Without a doubt. I don't want to be. I say I'm not going to be. Almost gamely, daily, and I always end up being a little bit tougher on her. And I wish I wasn't, even now talking about it. I wish I was just even kill, but sometimes I just know I can get away with more stuff.
Okay.
With her.
And you want to bend over backwards to prove that you're not having any favoritism with her?
For sure. And she, sometimes she pays for that, but that's kind of how it goes.
All right. It sort of comes with the territory.
That's right.
Collateral damage for her.
That's right.
The district, you have one of the better ones in the state. Talk about that. You mentioned how good Walker is. What else are we looking at?
Yeah, Walker's going to be pretty good. I think Dutchtown's got a little talent coming back. Santa Mile's probably your next best team. I think us, Walker, Santa Mile's probably your top 3 if you just look at it from last year and what we have coming back. Live Oak lost a big player, but they've been having a lot of success at the middle school, so I'm expecting her to start picking up, her team to start getting a little better every year, and we just always seem to have trouble with Live Oak. I think we beat them 2 buzzer beaters last year. So I think Live Oak will be tough. Prairieville, I don't know much about. I do know Chase is coaching over there now. Left Dutchtown is over there now. He's a pretty good coach. Who else? East Ascension's always tough. You never know what you're going to get with East Ascension. I know the history. Coach Chandler is fantastic, and those kids play hard for him. But, he's kind of had some little less talent in the last couple years, thankfully.
There you go. All right, Coach. Quite often when a team is coming off a great season, the coach says, hey, that's last year where there's nothing to defend. On the other hand, you came within one game of the state championship. Is the theme the next step this year, or is it, hey, we're starting from ground zero in 24-25?
I think you just can't help but make it about getting to the next step. I know that's how I've been talking to the girls. Like, you get a taste of it, and the whole deal, even having all the people come and talk to our team that week of the state championship. We had Tasman Mitchell, Marie Ferdinand, Dee Bro, the girls from 1995 when the girls won state, Denham Springs, had those ladies come and talk to our girls. It was such a great feeling and a great week, probably the best week of my life, and probably the girls too, that you just want more. You want to taste. And the good thing is we still got something else to strive for. We want to win that state title. So the talent is there. It's just a little young here and there, but we got a shot. We got a shot at getting there again, so why not go ahead and talk about it a little bit.
What are the keys? What has to happen?
Oh, we got to become a tighter unit. That group was very close. We have to be patient as coaches and understand that something big happened. We got to understand that sometimes we're going to lose some games. Like I said earlier, we're going to lose some games maybe early in the season that we should win. But it's all a growth. It's all a process. And hopefully by the right time of the year, in February, we're playing our best ball because we're athletic enough, we're big enough, and we're strong enough. We can pretty much compete with anybody in the state.
Coach Smith, you're a silver-tongued devil. Thank you for helping us out. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations on a tremendous team you have with the Lady Jackets, and wish you only nothing but the best in 24-25. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you so much.
Rudy Smith, girls basketball coach, Denham Springs High School. My name is John Fine. It is Denham Springs and Walker, the varsity, to play the Jamboree starting in about 15-20 minutes or so, and it will be Josh Ward and Mitch Covington up next when Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up continues, an elongated version of Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up after this pause on Yellow Jackets football.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
Bank Plus, together with Zelle, makes it easy to send money straight from your smartphone to friends, family, the yard guy, babysitters, or millions of others with access to Zelle. So yeah, pretty much anyone. And of course, they can all send you money too. Settle that dinner tab with Zelle. It's free, fast, and secure. And right in the Bank Plus mobile app. Your bank.
That State Farm also has surprisingly great rates on auto insurance. In fact, customers call them jaw-dropping. And the surprise isn't reserved for just some. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Denham Springs. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Just be sitting down when you do. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy is excited to announce the opening of our newest clinic location in Watson. We are located at 32871 Highway 16 at the corner of Amite Church Road and Highway 16. And don't forget about our Denham Springs Clinic located at 145 Aston Square next to Spectrum Fitness Club. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackets Vision, are brought to you in part by Forest World Plantation, Liberty Auto Sales, Shane Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, Triton Outpatient Clinic, Modat One individual sewage treatment system, and Duke Seafood and Steakhouse. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
As we welcome back in, Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. It is the Yellow Jackets and the Wildcats. Annual Jamboree between these two teams coming to you from Wildcat Stadium. Josh Ward now stepping in with executive producer, head honcho, man in charge, 29 years, John Fine, Yellow Jackets football on the radio as we enter 29th year. Lots of people to thank to that, but obviously the call letters and station has changed over the years. We have found a nice home here with Pastor Canosa, Lamine Figueroa back at the studio. A nice home here at Family Radio 91.9 FM.
You know, when we started this out on what then was Christian Country 1210 AM, we had absolutely superb management in Nancy David, in Jeff David, in Rip Miller, and a lot of terrific people. And it was a joy to do Yellow Jackets football. Then for the next 22 years, it was uneven at best. Some corporate people got involved, and they really didn't know what the heck they were doing. And we even were off for a couple of years, 1 year, because we had to have comedy radio or something along those lines. But the last 4 or 5 years with Pastor Canosa and Lamine at Family Radio 91.9 FM, it's been a true joy. These guys are just unbelievable to work with. And so at the start of the 29-year period, and now as we're in years 25 through 29, it's really, really been terrific and so much nicer to work with good people when they are the ones in charge of the radio station.
I want to give a couple of thank you to your guests that you had here earlier tonight. Mr. Kincaid, now sports editor at Livingston Parish News, and Rudy Smith, who is always a great guest of ours. Thanks to both of them for having, and Coach Rudy Smith is quite the interview, huh?
Yeah, he really is. And we got our money's worth with Rudy. He was really terrific, and is always so nice when he comes on the air with us. And he brought Coach Pico, one of the legendary coaches in Livingston Parish, and looking forward to working with Chris Kincaid for McHugh David's Livingston Parish News, and we've always had a great working relationship with them, and look forward to continuing that with Chris.
All right, John, if we could, while we have these few moments here, JV game has about 2 minutes left here from Wildcat Stadium, then there'll be a little warm-up period for the varsity, and then we'll get that started. Mitch and I will get you ready for that. But, John, the newest wrinkle to this, we brought on some new people this year. We brought on some returning starters, if you will. You got, I've returned back with you. Mitch is back with you. You're back. But we've added a Jake Williamson to the fold and Darren Ferrente, who will be handling our YouTube video stream inside of this. That will be at DS Jacket Vision.
And I tell you what, Jake and Darren, two of the nicest people you want to meet. Now, I'm saying that about Jake just because he's sitting right to my right, and so he can hear every word that I'm saying. But no, he's terrific, wonderful sense of humor, great guy, unbelievably proficient with how he's helped expand our operation. And Darren Ferrante is just an incredible person, and we're so fortunate to have him as part of our team again.
Absolutely, and we look forward to having Darren join us next week as we will be back home against the Hammond High School Tornadoes. That'll be the official season opener here for the Yellow Jackets, but again, this annual thing between the Yellow Jackets and the Wildcats happens here every year. John, I was telling Mitch earlier, it's kind of odd. I went to open up some of my stuff to get ready for tonight, and we are starting exactly where we ended last year, right here on top of the press box at Walker High School, but a little different mood this time around, as the Yellow Jackets have a lot more promise in front of them. Last year, we kind of hear it was kind of towards the end of a long season at the end.
Yeah, and Denham Springs played very well in that Walker game last year, but you know what they say about moral victories, and that was, if it was a victory, it was a moral victory, but that's not something that Coach Beard and his staff and the players hang their heads on. So, yeah, there's all sorts of optimism for this Denham Springs football team, and we have some exciting things happening with our broadcasts.
We do, and that, again, at DS Jacket Vision, if you put that in your Google on your phone, it will take you right to our YouTube page where we'll be doing these games throughout the season. Now, John, as we know here tonight, people who will see this later on at some point will know that we are live on radio, as we always will be, but this is an added wrinkle that we will have. And at home games, we will 100% at 6 o'clock start the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up on 91.9 FM and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Again, you go to at DS Jacket Vision, all one word, all lowercase. It'll take you right to our page, and you can see past games, the games live as we were able to bring them to you. So as we navigate what it looks like on the road, this is kind of a preview of that. We'll kind of see what happens with that, but we're really excited to be at home next week. We were at the scrimmage last week against Zachary. It'll be fun to be at home, Yellow Jacket Stadium, for the season opener with full things blasting, with Darren Ferrente in the booth with us, Jake Williamson in the booth with us, Mitch. The whole crew will be there to start this off next week officially in Game 1.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. It's a big challenge, and we think we're up to it this year. We had some test runs last year with YouTube, and we actually did a simulation on the scrimmage last week, and we had a lot of people that were watching, which is amazing to me. So as we promote at DS Jacket Vision, and as we ask people to share it, to like us, to subscribe to us, then, thanks, Josh.
You nailed it.
Yeah, I've been working on that all week. We look forward to what should be awesome potential. And I tell you what, look at this Denham Springs crowd tonight. It's like it's a Yellow Jackets home crowd, as we vastly outnumber the people that are in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. So I tell you what, hats off to the Denham Springs High School Yellow Jackets. This is really emblematic of the type of passion and interest and joy that Yellow Jackets fans bring to their athletic teams and this Jackets football team in 2024.
Absolutely. So again, John, thank you for all your work here, getting us to this point. Again, thanks to everyone involved here, the radio station, what we do here, Jake Williamson, Darren's, all those, it really takes a lot of us to put this together, and a lot of hard work goes into it behind the scenes for us to be able to bring this to you on Friday nights, and it's our joy to do it. And with that being said, I will let you off the hook for a while, and that will do it for the JV portion of this. We will take a timeout when we return. It'll be Mitch Covington joining with me as we get you ready for varsity here in the Jamboree 2024 from Walker Wildcat Stadium. We're back after this with more on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs, with locations in Hammond and Amy.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program, to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackson Vision, are brought to you in part by You Safe and Lock, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, District Court Judge Brian Abels, Coconut Willie's Zachary, Sports Clips, and Safe Voyage Tattoo. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Quick and Handy Cleaners is now Sunshine Cleaners. The name has changed, but not the same great service you've received throughout the years. Hats off to Scooter and Kate Keene for everything they've done to help the Livingston Parish community. The Moore family at Sunshine Cleaners has been in business since 1995 and looks forward to offering the same great service with the same great staff you've come to rely on. Family owned and operated, that's Sunshine Cleaners. Denham Springs, Walker, and Live Oak, and locations in Baton Rouge.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Welcome back in. Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets and the Wildcats from Walker High School. Kickoff coming up in about 8.5 minutes or so once they start the clock. Josh Ward now alongside Mitch Covington. So, Mitch, we talked about the scrimmage. We'll hit that a little bit. Again, just for those that are just coming in.
It does seem like it was this morning the last time we talked.
It does. Well, yeah, I mean, it's a long time getting to this Friday night. But we're here, and we're excited to be here. Fingers crossed so far. The weather's held out for us as we are in the open-air stadium out here on top of the press box. And thanks to Walker for their accommodations in that. And we look forward to an exciting scrimmage here tonight. You know, we talked about what the Yellow Jackets can gain from Zachary last week. Now you look at a team. One, if Walker and Denham Springs are playing pickup sticks in the backyard, it's going to be for bragging rights, and it's going to mean something. So you know this Jamboree is going to be juiced.
It always is. Like you said, when you're playing Walker at anything, it starts in junior high or any sports or the youth leagues and all that kind of stuff. Teams from Denham, teams from Walker. Always going to be a little bit of extra competitiveness going on out there. And then it is a Jamboree, and it's two teams that are going to play a more important game later in the season in the district matchup. But yet, you know, at this point early in the year, teams are going to want to get out to a good start. They don't want to come out here and look sloppy in the Jamboree. They want to play well, want to get some points on the board, want to make some good defensive stops. And so I do think with it being a district opponent and with it being Walker on top of that, with an opponent that you want to make sure you come out and play well against, maybe set the tone a little bit for the next time you meet them, you know, later on down the road that, hey, this isn't the same team that you saw last year. You know, we made that comment earlier. Last time we were sitting in this press box, the last broadcast that we have, cold weather at the end of a tough season. We weren't feeling real good about things, but right now a lot of optimism. The team played really well last week against Zachary in the scrimmage game, and so tonight, you know, a lot more better spirits going on.
Absolutely. I was actually telling John that story that we were talking about before then, that how it was such a different feel being up here now, and there's so much optimism. And again, going back to what you did last week, there's a lot of excitement around this now. And I mean, you see, as John was mentioning there in our previous segment, how many people are here for a Jamboree. Granted, they're right next door to each other. It's a rival, as we always talk about. But to get the people come out in something like this, both student sections are packed to the gills. I mean, this is an atmosphere this early for a Jamboree that it's hard to duplicate that.
It certainly is. And just going to throw this out there as well, like as far as the JV players and even freshman players, they don't ever play in front of packed crowds. And most of the time they're playing on a Tuesday or a Wednesday night. And, you know, there's a few parents out there in the stands watching them play. But, you know, I pulled up. I couldn't find a parking spot, and the freshmen were playing at that moment, and the stands were already packed. The JV played their entire game in front of a full stadium. Student section was full out there. So that's a great experience for those guys to get to play in front of a big crowd. And then, of course, now here comes the varsity game, the main event, the one everybody's here for. And like I said, first time to kind of have the lights on with the big crowd and everything's going on, getting ready for this week one coming up next week against Hammond. And so the guys are going to be ready to come out tonight and get off to a good start.
Before we get too far into what the season's going to look like, as we know, Hammond next week will come into Yellow Jacket Stadium to kick this thing off. After last year's 3-7 season, I mean, where do you see the Jackets progressing here? Obviously, we lost some guys on defense. We talked about that amongst ourselves, but you got to see this offense kind of take a step forward and then see how you feel on those pieces on defensively, because that was your strongest part last season in a tough year.
Yeah, last year the defense was kind of what we had to lean on. We were really young on offense, and while we did have some rough moments here and there, just, you know, maybe a lot of young kids having to learn how to handle, you know, varsity experience and things like that. Took our lumps last year, but hopefully it's going to pay off this year. And from the looks at it throughout the summer and the 7-on-7, the scrimmage game with Zachary we talked about last Thursday, the offense has looked really sharp. Both quarterbacks, we've got two capable quarterbacks. Both quarterbacks looked really strong in the scrimmage. I believe Jerry Horn, took more reps with the ones than Sean Goldman did. But I know Coach Beard in the past, he hadn't been afraid that if things aren't looking well after a quarter or so, he'll give another guy a shot. And so I know we'll see both quarterbacks at some point this year. But look, Jerry really did nothing, on Thursday to make anyone think that he doesn't have control of his team. I know he's one of the team captains voted on by his teammates. He'll be a team captain as they go out there for the coin toss later on today. And so he's kind of taken that leadership role and done an excellent job with it throughout the summer. Offense looked really sharp against Zachary out there. And so defense is where we're going to have to replace a lot of the guys that were stars for us last year. We had some star players on that side of the ball. They're seniors, and they've graduated and moved on. And so it's going to be interesting to see how they handle things. They did really well last week, but, man, Walker's going to be a really tough test. Walker's really strong, coming off of a quarterfinal appearance last year. Many returning players that played for them, and going to have the hands on the ball, and so it's going to be tough, and we'll see kind of how we handle it tonight.
All right, we'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll kind of get more into the personnel of the Yellow Jackets that we know will be coming out for this offense here as we continue to look at this and get you ready for kickoff here. That is coming up in about 5 minutes here from Wildcat Stadium. It is Yellow Jackets, Wildcats, Jamboree 2024. We're back with more after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel. One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Hebert, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small-town values, big city results. Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackets Vision are brought to you in part by Shea Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, KOA Campground, Ryan Ross, owner, OK Computers and Auto Sales, and Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Welcome back in. Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets and the Wildcats. Jamboree 2024 right here from Wildcat Stadium. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. Jake Williamson here keeping us looking good. Darren Ferrante back monitoring us. Yeah, Darren Ferrante back at home listening to make sure we're sounding right. And Lamine Figueroa back at the studio pushing all the right buttons to keep this thing on track as well as he can with us two behind the wheel, if you will. So anyways, the teams are coming out onto the field. We're going to get ready to get this thing kicked off here in a few minutes. But Mitch, as a coach, what do you look to get out of this Jamboree here tonight?
Well, this will be one of the first times that the players are out there completely by themselves. In the scrimmage game, you still have coaches somewhat hanging on the field. I know they did a 2-quarter kind of experiment with some coaches off of the field, but they still were a lot more involved than you will be in a real game. So you're getting everything official here as far as players are going through warm-ups right now, getting your kind of routine set on what you're going to do before a game and then getting out to the sidelines. So coaches really want to see, make sure that the receivers are getting lined up properly, that we got enough guys on the line of scrimmage like we need to be. We don't want any silly procedure penalties as far as just, like I said, getting lined up and things like that. They want defensively, they want to make sure, the guys out there on the field are making their checks that they need to. We're getting players lined up in the right spots. Eventually, the players are going to make plays and the guys are going to be in spots to make tackles, but we've got to get in that position. So they want to make sure the guys are getting lined up properly. And so that's what these Jamborees are a good thing for, to go against another opponent that's not the same offense you've been seeing all year as far as in your preseason camp and everything. You got to see a different look out there. And so how can you adjust to somebody else on the other side of the ball?
Is this really, obviously you want to check those things out of the box and not making certain mistakes and not jumping off sides and having your assignment. But is this really just to put some good stuff on film to go back in to get ready for Hammond?
I don't know that it's as much as you're like trying to show Hammond good things, whatever, but the coaches definitely can do a lot of teaching and learning their players off of film. Coaches definitely are looking forward to that, seeing them out there. A lot of times, as action happens fast, it's happening quick. You can't see it all right away, but then you get back in the coach's office later on. You're able to break down the film. You really can get a good look at your players and your position groups and seeing how they're, handling what they're supposed to do. And so it's just another opportunity to learn without, the end result being a win or loss. This is still a jamboree as far as nobody's going to start the official wins today, but it's a good chance to get out there and the guys to show what they can do without a coach right behind them telling them where to line up. And so they'll put that out there on film, and coaches are going to learn from what they're doing, but also a great chance to teach the players.
Absolutely. All right, well, both teams are on their sidelines. We should be ready to get about underway here in just a few moments. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our final timeout. When we come back, we will have you just about ready for a kickoff here from Wildcat Stadium. Again, it is the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets and the Walker Wildcats from Walker High School. The annual jamboree between these parish rivals gets underway coming up after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Denham Springs football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackson Vision, are brought to you in part by Denham Springs, Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Cypress Pharmacy, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, the Law Office of Ivy L. Graham, and Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is right here in Denham Springs to help you select the right protection at the right price. Brandy will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages, so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Brandy Robertson, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call her. When you want a good deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
No pain, no gain might apply to football, but not your teeth. If you have toothache pain, gain relief with Dr. Michael Sharola. Emergencies are seen the same day. Dr. Sharola and his staff treat all phases of dentistry, including Zoom whitening procedures. Michael Sharola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all world by visiting him. Call 665-3100 or visit Dr. Sharola in Watson next to the post office.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackson Vision, are brought to you in part by Danny Pauline of 5-Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Rustic Home Outlet, and Mattress Express Outlet, Sport Clips, DJ Pawn and Gun, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, and L. King Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets football. That will do it for the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, brought to you by Sporting Center, our good friends over there at 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. Serving the parish since 1977, they've got everything you need from athletic equipment, school uniforms, and just about anything else you could need. They got it there at Sporting Center. That is 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington, getting you ready for a kickoff here from Wildcat Stadium. The Walker Wildcats will be kicking off to Denham Springs, so we will see the Yellow Jackets offense get to come out onto the field first here tonight.
Yeah, Denham did win the toss, and Coach Beard said we want to take the ball first and try and go score. You got your 4 senior captains voted on by the players this season. Rancer Miller, senior defensive back, a 3-year starter. Tylen Haynes, a 2-year starter at wide receiver. Ravius Williams, a young man who I really was impressed with last year on special teams. He was all over the field making tackles, and he's been voted on with his teammates. He's a linebacker this year as a captain. And also I mentioned earlier, Jerry Horn, quarterback, captain for the Yellow Jackets.
All right, so we are ready to get underway here from Wildcat Stadium. Here is the step up. Here is the kick, a nice end-over-end kick. It is fielded by the Yellow Jackets at the 5, the 10, the 15. He's at the 20, 25, still on his feet at the 30. And we brought down around the 35-yard line, still on his feet and get some extra yards for the Yellow Jackets. That is going to be Brenton Paul on the return.
Yeah, Brenton Paul's a junior running back, and he's going to stay on the field right here as offense comes out. Going to be getting his first action as a starter. We saw him a few times last year. A couple of the games that we did win had some blowouts, and a lot of the JV players got in. And I talked about him last year. I knew he was going to be a future running back for the Jackets, and there it was with a great kickoff return, getting him back out to the 37-yard line, 38-yard line for the Jackets to start. And so here comes the offense.
All right, it will be Jerry Horn from the shotgun. He has Brenton Paul in the backfield and 4 receivers out to the far sideline, 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Here is the snap. Horn will hand it off to Paul, who is wrapped up immediately in the backfield for a loss on the play.
Yeah, Jackets had 4 receivers up to this top side, so obviously nobody left to be down on the bottom, and we try to counter back here on the short side of the field, but the Walker Wildcat defensive end came from the backside and was able to make a tackle on Brenton Paul in the backfield. So negative play for the Jackets, puts them in 2nd and looks like 13.
Yep, back to their own 35-yard line now for the Yellow Jackets on 2nd down, just underway here in this 2 12-minute timed halves for this Jamboree. Horn will send a man in motion, a little movement there. It is going to be in the backfield. That is going to be to Haynes. Haynes is going to be wrapped up for a loss on the play. Actually, he'll pick up about 2 yards on the reception. No, you want that?
Yeah. He was in the backfield when he called it, so right, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
But, the Jackets with that same formation, 4 receivers plus a tight end on the left side of the formation, so nothing on the bottom, but moving Tylen Haynes around, a little bit of motion, trying to get Walker confused on that, but one of the receivers up top wasn't able to hold his block, and a good job by the Walker secondary to get in the backfield quickly, and so Jackets going backwards right here puts us in really third and really long situation.
Yep, it'll be from their own 32-yard line. Horn will work it from the shotgun, 4-receiver set with 3 here to the near side. He gets it, rolls, looks to throw, fires. It is going to be caught by the Yellow Jackets. It's at midfield, spins around into Walker territory. On the reception is Sean Goldman, and that is a 1st down for the Yellow Jackets, making it our first 2024 Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets 1st down. They are family-owned, children-friendly, and incredible food. We know all about that, and locally owned by our good friend, Big Mike O'Neill.
We love the Big Mike's 1st down, and we're going to give you more good news because we're going to tack on 15 yards after. Jerry Horn was hit late as he released the ball, and so we're going to get the 1st down across midfield, move it up another 15 yards, beat about at the Walker 32-yard line. So after 2 negative plays, we went backwards on the first 2. If we're going to pick up 3rd and 17s all year, I mean, that's going to be a great season. We can just get 1st down whenever we need it. So good job by Horn rolling out to the right and finding Sean Goldman kind of curled up in the middle of the field. He was a few yards short of the 1st down, but he caught it and got upfield quickly and was able to get the yards needed and then add on the penalty on top.
All right, it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Yellow Jackets. They will play it from the Walker 33-yard line. Horn will work it from the shotgun. Here is a snap. Will pick the handoff, keep it himself, and he will be brought down for a loss on the play back around the 40-yard line of the Wildcats.
It's all part of our plan. We're going to lull them to sleep right here. We want to get 3rd and 15 again. So, a little zone action read, I believe. I think Horn had the option to hand it off or keep it and try and get out the backside. He held on to it, but Walker had it defensed properly and had almost 2 guys there waiting on Jerry Horn. And so another negative play, so we will try and see if we can get a little bit better down a distance.
Going to be 2nd and about 14 now. That'll be from the Wildcat 41-yard line. It will be Jerry Horn from the shotgun. 4-receiver set, 3 out till the far sideline. Now here is a pass to Paul. Paul will have it, gets to the 35, will be tackled shy of the Walker 30-yard line. So nice pick up there by Brenton Paul.
Really good job. A little swing pass out to the outside for Brenton Paul. But I'm tell you what, as a former receiver coach, I really love to see this out there. Sean Goldman just made a big reception on third down. Well, here he is. He's not getting the ball, but he's out there blocking. And they had a few guys maybe in the area when Brenton Paul caught it. But Sean did a great job of blocking and clearing out room for him. Brenton Paul got upfield, about a 7 or 8 yard gain to get it back to a third and manageable here at 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8. Walker 31-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. Horn from the shotgun. Waits for the snap. Here it is. He drops back, looks to roll. Has pressure coming. He's going to be wrapped up for a loss on the play. That'll bring up 4th down for the Yellow Jackets.
You know, Walker got a lot of pressure right then. It didn't look like they brought a big blitz, just maybe with the front four was able to kind of get through. That was an area maybe of concern before the season, kind of the offensive line and how they were going to gel. I know, man, for the spring game, they had like 3 starters that they lost within about the week and a half before the spring game had got going. So that was an area, how was it going to work out through the summer? Got 1 or 2 of those guys back, and they did really well in the scrimmage game last week against Zachary. But right now on the early possession, the first possession for the Jackets, I'm going to chalk one up for the Walker defensive front, kind of getting it over on the Yellow Jacket offensive line.
Is that Trenton Harrison to punt it for the, yes, it is. Switched his number.
46, I believe, this year. 49, yeah, 49, you're correct, 49.
On 4th down, it'll be Harrison to punt it away. A nice punt. Looks like it'll go into the end zone for a touchback, and it will. And it will be 1st down for the Wildcats. We are scoreless. 7:47 left here in this first half of action from Wildcat Stadium, and we are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jacket Football, Family Radio 91.9 FM, and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, 20-yard line. They'll start this one from their own 20. It'll be T.J. Silv on the quarterback keeper, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage and nothing there. So some pretty interesting numbers here for the for the Wildcats. The quarterback wears number 48, and they've got a running back who wears number 94.
They don't use your usual traditional numbers in the backfield.
Here's Silv on a quick snap on second. He will look to throw. Ball is tipped up in the air. It is going to be incomplete. Nice play right there by the Yellow Jackets. Yep, that was Ja'Cory Russ on.
Yep, Ja'Cory Gross right there with a good job getting his hands up, but coming on a rush. But the quarterback tried a quick pass, and he got it up and deflected the ball, and a very good job with that. Don't have a lot of time to talk between plays. Walker going very fast here, Josh.
Going to be 3rd and 10 now for the Wildcats. It'll be Silv from the shotgun, 3 receivers to the far side, gets the snap, rolls to his right, looking to throw. Pressure coming, going to throw it on the run. Is going to be incomplete at his own 30-yard line, and that'll be a quick 4th down here for the Wildcats. We are scoreless here in this first 12-minute of action half from Wildcat Stadium.
Good coverage on the play by your senior safety, Rancher Miller, doing a good job out there. So excellent defensive stand for the Jackets. Only 1 yard given up right there in 3 plays, and so forcing a punt. Hopefully the Jackets can get the ball somewhere near midfield. Hey, we talked about the weather earlier. We got great weather tonight, but it is a little windy. I don't know if the wind's going to play effect on any of these punts or maybe some deep balls out there. A little bit of a breeze blowing, so I do see the Jackets have 2 punt returners back right there. Looks like Quentin Clay,
yep.
One of them, number 24, junior defensive back. Can't tell the other number right now. 30.
Yep. Tanner Corner,
if it's number 30.
Here is the punt.
And it
going
is.
To be down.
Tanner Kerner come up with the fair catch right there. And as we hope for, the Jackets are across the Walker side of midfield, so starting with great field position.
All right, it'll be 1st down for the Yellow Jackets. They will start this one on the Walker side of the field, as they will have it at the 47-yard line.
We're going to stay here with it, right?
Well, Your mid-season form right now, but yeah, we just it's Jamboree. We're just kind of.
And the Jackets are out there quick, so they're ready to roll with it.
They are. It'll be horn pistol formation now. Paul in the backfield, 3 receivers out to the far sideline. Here is the snap. We'll hand it off to Paul, who will be wrapped up around midfield for a loss on the play.
Got to give a lot of credit right now to Walker's defensive front. So every time we're handing the football off or trying anything in the backfield, they've got a guy or two sitting back there waiting on the ball carry. And so another negative play on first down. So that's 3 first down plays we've run, and we're averaging about a negative 4 yards on those plays. We'd like to see that number flip a little bit, right?
Just a little bit. That is a 4-yard loss there on your average, if you will. You hit that one on the nose. It'll be 2nd down and 14 now for the Yellow Jackets. The loss pushes them back to their own 49-yard line now.
Let's just get the ball there and let the receivers go to work. They did a great job last week.
Let Haynes do what he does. Here is the fake handoff to Paul in the backfield, and Horn is going to be wrapped up all the way back at his own 42-yard line. That makes it 3rd and long now for the Yellow Jackets, right where we want them, Mitch.
That's right, but Jackets tried a little bootleg right there, a little naked bootleg action, which means Horns was faking to his left, going to roll back to his right, but Walker had Draven Dixon right there, not fooled at all. He didn't bite on the play fake, and when Horn turned around, he was right there. Dixon was right there to meet him, and so a sack for the Jackets, backing them way up right here. So it'll be about 3rd and 20.
And that will take us to our
break.
first. Yep, that is right. It is time for the Water Tree of Denham Springs hydration break. Water from the Water Tree may help you feel better, look better, and even live longer, Mitch.
They gonna make John Fine look better?
Mitch, this is not miracle water. This is water from the Water Tree. That's the Water Tree, Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs. We are back with more after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel. One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small-town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Quick throw here on 3rd and long for the Yellow Jackets. It is going to be a completed pass to Colton LaBeouf, but it is going to be short of the first down. That will do it for your first Water Tree of Denham Springs water break timeout.
A little quick screen on the outside to Colton LaBeouf. Picked up some positive yards there, trying to move it forward, playing a little field position right here. 3rd and 20, you don't want to throw it up and give an interception and a chance for Walker to get the ball around midfield. So we'll bring on Trenton Henderson. And look, most teams don't have a nose tackle that turns around and punts for you, but we do. Not only is Trenton a versatile athlete with that, but he's a great power lifter, state champion.
Here is the punt from Harrison. It is going to go out of bounds. Looks to be about the 25-yard line for Walker High School. They'll have it 1st and 10 after this quick timeout on Yellow Jacket football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Karam Inn, Triton Outpatient Clinic, Todd Caruso, attorney at law, Duke's Seafood and Steakhouse, Modad 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, Forest Grove Plantation, and Billy Leaf Professional Title Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats. It'll be from their own 25-yard line. Here is the snap. It'll be a run to about the 30-yard line, about a 5-yard pickup right there by the Walker Wildcats.
Yeah, Walker just tested the inside of the Jacket defense, and Josh Hogan, inside linebacker there. It's great to see him out there. He missed all of last year, tore a hamstring, an ACL, early in the year before the season started. But he's back out there as a senior.
Silv on second, we'll call it 2nd and 4 from his own 29-yard line. Here is the snap to Silv. He will handle off in the backfield. That is going to be to Jones. Jones coming to the near sideline will be stopped for a short pickup there. Be 3rd and manageable now for the Wildcats.
Good job by Lucas Gillen coming up from the safety position, making a big hit right there. Looked like Walker had a little bit of a room, and he closed fast from the safety spot and held him short of the first down. So a 3rd and short right here for Walker. And so a lot of options on the table. They want to throw a quick pass on the outside, try and run it up in the middle again. We'll see what happens.
4:13 left here in this first half action from Wildcat Stadium. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Wildcats from their own 33-yard line. Here is Sill from the shotgun. Will hand it off to Jones. Jones will go forward as he tries to get to the 35-yard line for the first down marker. It will depend on the spot. This one could be close.
Yeah, good job on the outside, getting off the edge there. Ravius Williams, I mentioned him before, as a senior linebacker, and come off hard on the edge and made the first hit. And then Darius Scott, a name that we said a lot of times last year as a sophomore defensive lineman. Well, now he's a junior this year, and he was also in the backfield and made the tackle right there to stop him short of the first down.
It'll be 4th and short, 4th and about a yard to go from their own 35-yard line. They will send out the punt team for Walker. It will be Yellow Jackets back to receive about their own 35-yard line. It is Clay back with, here's the punt, high sky punt. It is going to be caught by the Yellow Jackets. Ball hits the turf and comes out, but the Yellow Jackets will retain possession. They will have it 1st and 10 with 3:09 left in this first half after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Yellow Jacket football, 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. They will start this drive from their own 38-yard line. It will be Horn awaiting the snap in the backfield. It is going to be Brenton Paul in the backfield with him. Here is the snap. Hands it off to Paul. Paul going to across the 40 to the 45-yard line. Nice first down run right there by Brenton Paul, and that is the first positive first down play I believe the Yellow Jackets have had tonight.
It certainly was. We've been going backwards on first down, but we staying patient with the run game right there, and he's running on that left side behind junior tackle Christian Ferguson. Senior guard Jackson Martin opened up a pretty good hole for him right there. A nice little 6-7 yard run on first down.
Will be 2nd down and 4 for the Yellow Jackets. They will play this one from their own 44-yard line. As Horn will work it from a pistol formation with Brenton Paul lined up behind him. Here is a handoff to Paul again, going to the left side, finds a little bit of room, flag on the play, gets across midfield, but there is a flag. Mitch, you feel like it's going to go against the Yellow Jackets?
Yeah, I think they're going to get Tylen Haynes for holding on the outside. I wanted to credit him for a good block because Paul started on the inside and bounced to the edge and got around outside of receiver Tylen Haynes, but a referee over there thought there was some grabbing of the jersey, so he threw the flag, and it's going to come back on this play right here. But on the rest of that offensive line for the Jackets, we got at guard Angel Villagomez, a junior, also Cy Martin, a senior right tackle, and a little bit of switch up tonight at center. Sophomore center Bryson McCabe. Max Arce, the junior, started last week. I believe Max is dealing with a little bit of nagging injury here or there, so sophomore Bryson McCabe, and that's a key position. If you know the Jackets are in shotgun most of the game, got to have a good snap to get every play started off, and so far the snaps have been fine. Offensive line working to find some running room now this third drive of the game, so hopefully get some things moving forward.
All right, going to be 2nd down and 13 now for the Yellow Jackets from their own 35-yard line. Horn with the empty backfield, gets the snap, drops back, looks to throw, throws it downfield. It is going to be caught by the Yellow Jackets 30-yard line. That is Colton LaBeouf with the catch and the first down. First down, Yellow Jackets.
Just great execution all around. Horn sent back in the pocket. He had time to find Colton LaBeouf streaking down the left sideline. LaBeouf just beat him on a straight go route. Very nice throw. There wasn't a ton of room of LaBeouf being past the defensive back, but the ball was thrown in excellent position on the outside shoulder, and LaBeouf made a great catch on near the sideline, and the Jackets are now inside the 30-yard line.
That's a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. Jackets first down. Check out the Denham Springs Sports Hall of Fame at Big Mike's, and that is a nice catch and throw right there from Jerry Horn to Colton LaBeouf. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from the Wildcat 28-yard line. It'll be Horn from the pistol as he sends some guys in motion. Has Brenton Paul lined up behind him now. Here is the snap. Will fake the handoff. Looks to throw. He does. That is going to be to Haynes. Haynes has it at the 25. Going to be tackled just shy of the Walker 20-yard line. Seeing this Yellow Jackets offense starting to put some things together here.
They are. You mentioned before the game, do the Jackets want to put some stuff on film to make your next opponent have to think about a lot of things? We got a lot of movement going on pre-snap. We'll get 3 receivers on one side, move them to the left. We get receivers running back, starting out wide, moving back into the backfield. So that makes the other teams have a lot to think about when they're trying to prepare for you. But just when it gets down to it, just a quick throw on the outside of Tylen Haynes, and he just kind of bulled his way forward for several yards right there in a positive play.
Second and short now for the Yellow Jackets from the Wildcat 21-yard line. Horn looking to throw, rolls, looks to throw towards the end zone. He does. There's going to be incomplete inside the 10-yard line, but it is going to be a flag on the play. That is going to be pass interference against the Wildcats.
Yeah, it looked like Brenton Paul leaked out the backfield right there on a little wheel route, and Horn was trying to find him as he was rolling out to his left, trying to throw it down the left sideline over there, and throw was a little bit short, but as Brenton Paul tried to stop to make a play on the ball, the defender for Walker kind of had his hands on him and impeded his chance to come back and make a catch. So flag's been dropped, and waiting on the official to make the final call, but it looks like it's going to be interference on Walker.
We are scoreless here in this first half of action. Again, 2 12-minute halves here from Walker High School for this Jamboree format. Minute 14 left in this half. We are scoreless, but the Yellow Jackets are in good position here and look to capitalize this. But at worst case scenario, you've got a kicker now that could probably put this between the uprights. But we're thinking touchdown right here.
We are, and you know what, I'll be honest, just thinking the normal game, it's the first quarter, but you're right, it's the half right here. There's only a minute 14 left, so minute 14 left in the half, being this is a Jamboree, and the Jackets now have it first and goal at the 9, so definitely in field goal range for Jonathan Bravo if it comes down to that. But, of course, when you're playing first and goal from the 9, are they going to back it up to the 11 now? So backed it up for first and 10 at the 11. But you're thinking touchdown, 7 points right now, not 3.
It's another first down for the Yellow Jackets. Will be first and goal, making it a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. Jackets first down. Big Mike stays open late after the Denham game, so you'll see this crew here more times this season than you have before. Jerry Horn from the shotgun on first and goal. Has time, throws it to the end zone. It is going to be incomplete off the hands of Tyler Haynes. About as good a look as you're going to get there, Mitch.
Yeah, Tyler Haynes started on the right side of the field and ran a crossing route right near the goal line, a step or two in the end zone, and he had a step on the Walker defender chasing him. Horn threw it just a little bit behind him, and it gave the Walker defender a chance to just tip it away from Haynes at the last moment. But we looked like we had a good opportunity right there to try and find the end zone right there. But, you know, second down, still got several plays here to make up for it.
All right, just got the text. Our man Robert Graves is tuned in, locked in with us. Great to have him along again.
So
for
we know
another
we're going to be ready on stats.
He is actually our other member of the crew that is not here. It'll be Jerry Horn from the shotgun. Here is the snap. He rolls to his right, throws it towards the end zone. It is going to be incomplete, looking for Haynes again. And that will be third and goal now for the Yellow Jackets. But 2 really good looks right there from Jerry Horn.
You know, I do think Haynes may turn out being kind of the go-to receiver on this squad. He played a lot last year, got a lot of action, a lot of balls thrown his way. He looked really good in the summer and had a great scrimmage last week. And once again, he was open, running a little corner route, trying to get to that back pylon. And he did have a couple steps on the Walker defender, but Horn was rolling to his right and just kind of let him just a little bit too much and out of reach.
Got a timeout on the field. Yellow Jackets will take a timeout with a minute 2 left here in this first half action. We are scoreless. Yellow Jackets are threatening, and we are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Quick and Handy Cleaners is now Sunshine Cleaners. The name has changed, but not the same great service you've received throughout the years. Hats off to Scooter and Kay Keene for everything they've done to help the Livingston Parish community. The Moore family at Sunshine Cleaners has been in business since 1995 and looks forward to offering the same great service with the same great staff you've come to rely on. Family owned and operated, that's Sunshine Cleaners. Denham Springs, Walker, and Live Oak, and locations in Baton Rouge.
You are our first priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and vehicle security. Innovative Audio's installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denham Springs. Visit us on Facebook.
Welcome back in Yellow Jackets football. It is third and goal for the Yellow Jackets. They have the ball at the 10-yard line. It will be Jerry Horn from the shotgun. We've got a minute 2 left here in this first half. Here is the snap. Horn rolls to his right, looks to throw, throws it towards the end zone. It's going to be caught. Tylen Haynes, touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
I kind of like Coach Fournier's, thinking right there. Coach Fournier, the offensive coordinator, said, hey, look, Haynes has been open 2 times prior. We're going to go right back to him. They ran the same exact play they ran on second down. This time, Horn found him. Haynes was open again. Good throw, good catch. First touchdown, I guess not officially of the season for the Jackets. Jamboree, no official stats today, but first touchdown of the night. We like that one.
And as we know, Coach Ryan Fournier, who was on staff last year, took a back seat, if you will, to Kyle Caskey, but now back in the driver's seat with this OC. Says a lot of trust about the relationship that Coach Beard and Coach Fournier have with each other.
They definitely do. Coach Fournier's been with Coach Beard for several years now, and he trusted him to come back and run the offense. And like we said, offense looked great so far early in the year.
Here is the extra point. Kick is up from Bravo. It is good, and Yellow Jackets finish off the drive with a touchdown. And they lead this Jamboree 7-0 with 1 minute left, and we are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackson Vision are brought to you in part by Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care, Safe Voyage Tattoo, Use Safe and Lock, District Court Judge Brian Abels, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, and Coconut Willie's Bakery. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets football. Yellow Jackets finish off their previous drive to get on the board. We will have the Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for you right after this Bravo kickoff from the 40-yard line. Here is a kick, a nice boot. Will go into the end zone for a touchback. That's going to be a big part of this Yellow Jackets team this year, is having a kicker that can do that. But, Mitch, that brings us to that Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive. What do you got for us?
First time we get to call Brandy Robertson scoring drive. We like
First
that.
Time of many.
We want to call many of them this year. But, excuse me. Where did I got the time of it, 2 minutes, 13 seconds, but I'm losing track here of how long it went. But I know it was an 11-yard touchdown pass with Jerry Horn finding Tylen Haynes in the end zone. I know it took 2 minutes and 13 seconds off the clock. We finished up here with 56 seconds on the clock in the first period, which is the first half of the Jamboree. So the Jackets take a 7-0 lead.
That's your Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for auto, home, and life. It's Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Amanda Cook, Pauline Encardes, Nikki Giachetti, Jana Goins, Justin Summerall, and Christina Watson. Visit betterwithbrandy.net. On 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, it is going to be a run. Let's see, we got some flags on the play here, so we will take a moment to see what that is about. Flag on the play, looks like it. Waiting for the call here from the officials. Yellow Jackets, again, what was it, 62 yards officially, that scoring drive?
62 yards on the scoring drive.
I know you had to confirm with the chicken scratch back here, so. Our good friend John Fine.
Looks like we had a little something after the play.
We had a little something there, we did.
I mean, you score a touchdown, you got to come back out and talk a little trash, I guess, right?
Exactly.
Although
excuse me.
The bad part, though, is with less than a minute in the half, we don't need to give them free yards at this point. We want to make sure we get to halftime with the lead.
45 seconds left here in this half. We've got a whistle on the play again.
They're just trying to get everything set back up properly.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. They will have this one from their own 42-yard line. It'll be Silv from the shotgun. Here is the snap. He drops back, looking to throw, firing it, a long one downfield. It is going to be incomplete at the Denham Springs 15-yard line. Wildcats wanting a flag. They will not get it, and it is 2nd down for Walker.
Good coverage on the play by Caden Anderson. He really was pretty close with him, step for step. The ball was underthrown, a little bit like we talked about the other end with Brenton Paul going for it, whereas the Walker guy ran into him and got interference. Well, we had good position there with Caden Anderson as the ball was slightly underthrown. The Walker receiver stopped. Caden Anderson was able to keep his hands off of him and not get the interference call.
All right, so that is second down now. Silv will quickly get the ball, looking to throw. Throws it, and it is going to be, he will throw it into the ground. Should that be?
Oh, come on, man. I'm sorry to interrupt you right there, but the referee is pointing at a running back who was outside the hash. The quarterback straight up spiked the ball, and then when it rolled all the way outside the hash, he points to a running back and says, oh, we're going to give him a running back in the area. He threw the ball straight in the ground, and because it bounced sideways 10 yards and ended up by a running back, he said, oh, there's a running back. We're not going to call intentional grounding. But we had great penetration right there. Caden Allen, a junior linebacker, was in the backfield. Darius Scott once again in the backfield, and quarterback just had to get rid of it.
32 seconds left here in this half. It is going to be Silv will hand it off to Jones. Jones right up the middle, gets to midfield to be brought down right about the midfield marker. Will be third down now for the Wildcats.
Well, that got close to being a first down, which would have stopped the clock. So at least we did stop them a yard short, and the clock is still running. Now playing fourth down. Coach Mahaffey looks like he may be letting it get to the half, didn't want to get stopped at fourth down around midfield. So a good stop by the Jacket defense to hold up after our touchdown, and we're going to take it to the half, leading 7-0.
All right, that will do it for first half action here from this Jamboree from Walker High School. That will bring us to the Sunshine Cleaners halftime report, brought to you by Sunshine Cleaners. Sunshine Cleaners looks forward to being your go-to cleaners for all of your dry cleaning and laundry needs. At Sunshine Cleaners, family owned and operated in Denham Springs, Walker, and Live Oak locations in Baton Rouge as well. Sunshine Cleaners halftime report coming up after this on Yellow Jackets football.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then, turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. ServPro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is ServPro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at ServPro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. ServPro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so ServPro is faster to any disaster. ServPro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. ServPro of Livingston.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackets Vision, are brought to you in part by DJ Pawn and Son, Mr. Daddy's Pizza, Liberty Auto Sales, Cypress Pharmacy, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, and Rustic Home Outlet and Mattress Express Outlet. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto, and guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. State Farm's Brandy Robertson is your go-to agent in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. Try combining home and auto today. Brandy Robertson will help you mix and match things perfectly. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rate. State Farm Insurance, like a good neighbor, only there.
Welcome back in. It is the Sunshine Cleaners halftime report. Yellow Jackets 7, Walker 0. This Jamboree here from Walker High School. Josh Ward now joined by John Fine. John, a quick 12-minute first half there for these two teams, but Yellow Jackets looked very good in that half.
Really a defensive struggle, as Denham Springs had 4 first downs, including the 1 score in the ball game and 1 by penalty. Walker with only one first down, and that by penalty. So the defense is really taking over, particularly the Jackets. First down was a third down pass from Horn to Sean Goldman on the Jackets' first drive. Walker went 1, 2, and 3 and out on its first two possessions. On the Jackets' third possession, they hit pay dirt as Denham takes it 68 yards in just over 2 minutes with an 11-yard touchdown pass from Horn to Haynes with 56 seconds left. Bravo, Jonathan, with the extra point. Denham Springs goes up 7-0. Big pass on that drive from Horn to LaBeouf. So the Jackets showing some explosiveness offensively, and yet it was really a defensive first half, all told. Josh, in Sporting Center Jackets warm-up, you talk about the great station owners we have right now, and I mentioned the ones previously. Also, we want to thank all the coaches at Denham Springs throughout the years have been terrific, epitomized by Brett Beard, the Jackets athletic director, head football coach, and our sponsors are just unbelievable. The Denham Springs business community really supports us through thick and thin, and we're very grateful for that too as well.
All right, John, your early thoughts on this first half here from the Yellow Jackets?
Well, against a very potent Walker offense, the Jackets defense really took over, and some nice passes we saw from Jerry Horn, and so it looks pretty good for Denham Springs, with a caveat that, again, this is just a preseason jamboree.
All right, John, we appreciate that. We will talk to you after the game, and we'll see you then. All right, we will take a timeout. When we return, it will be Mitch Covington joining me back here in the booth, or rather the press box, if you will. So it is Denham Springs 7, Walker 0, and we're back after this on the Sunshine Cleaners Halftime Report.
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs, with locations in Hammond and Amy.
Hey guys, this is Steve and Ben Wilson with Peak Performance Physical Therapy. With both of us being graduates of Denham Springs High School, we are proud to be on the sidelines on Friday nights, helping to ensure these athletes stay safe. However, we also realize that injuries are a common part of life, so whether you are hurt at home, on the job, or in the community, please understand that we are here to help with all of your rehab needs. While we enjoy treating the athletes of Livingston, we love treating the entire Livingston population as well. So come see us at Peak Performance Physical Therapy for all of your rehab needs.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackets Vision, are brought to you in part by Brendan Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, KOA Campground, the law office of IBL Graham, Ryan Ross, owner OK Computers and Auto Sales, Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Dentistry. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in. Sunshine Cleaners Halftime Report. It is Denham Springs 7, Walker 0. First half action in the books here from Wildcat Stadium. Josh Ward now joined by my broadcast partner, Mitch Covington. Mitch, got John's thoughts on the first half. From your coaching hat, what did you see in that first half from the Yellow Jackets?
Well, I don't know why I'm not much of a positive guy. I need to be more positive, trying to work on that. So I'm going to start with the negative, all right, generally what I probably do. But Jackets, first down plays, getting out there on the offense. We kind of went backwards a little bit. Walker defensive front really did a good job early on in that half of getting in the backfield, creating some pressure on us. But then by the third offensive series right there, the Jackets found a few things, made a couple plays down on the sideline, found some running room. Britton Paul was able to get a little bit of running room on the left side of that offensive line, like I said before, found Jackson Jackson Martin, senior left guard for us right there, opening up some holes. So we found some running room to get the ball moving down the field. But what I do see, let's go back to the positives now. Tylen Haynes, they can't cover him. He's been open on that right there near the goal line. He was open 3 times in a row, and then we hit him on the 3rd time for the touchdown pass right there. Good job by Colton LaBeouf on the play early on in the half, catching the ball short, getting up the field, getting a lot of positive yards right there. And so we've seen some good things, seen a few good passes from Horn. Sean Goldman with a good catch right there early on to pick up a first down early in the half right there. Defensively, looking really good. I was worried before the year how the defense would hold up, but they did really well last week, and so far 0 points and a half here against a very good Walker team. We think Walker's going to have a really good season and somebody to watch out for, and they don't have a lot of yards. What was it, John? 1 first down? And they got that with a penalty. That was after the play, a dead ball penalty, so they haven't moved the ball at all against the Jacket defense, so that's a really good, strong start of what we're looking at.
I think we saw the offense continue doing some of those things that we saw last week against Zachary. Like you said, the first down plays were a bit of a problem, but this defense against this high-octane offense of Walker, I mean, holding them to that, that's what I'm most impressed with at this point. And if they can see what they do here in the second half with it, but that could go a long way, again, to just continuing to build this confidence from what you did last week with Zachary to what you could do here tonight. Again, we still got 12 minutes left of action here, but you come out of this half hopefully feeling pretty good about yourself and playing with a little confidence.
Definitely, and you got to give the coaches staff, just all the coaches, position coaches, head coaches, everyone involved in the team, strength and conditioning coaches, everybody, a lot of credit. Last year was a rough season. It didn't go the way we wanted it to. Didn't win as many games as we're used to winning. And Coach Beard and his staff, they, was able to keep their kids positive all off season and say, look, this next year is going to be different. You guys all took your lumps last year playing. You were young players. You're going to be better next year, and you can see the confidence that they're playing with right now. And that was all built in the off season. You get that by working hard in the weight room. You get that by having a great summer of 7-on-7 work. You come out in your preseason camp, and you can tell the guys are playing with a lot more confidence, a lot more energy, I guess you might say. Just things, positive stuff happening, and you hope to get that ball rolling. And once you get a little momentum, anything can happen at that point.
All right, that will do it for us for the Sunshine Cleaners halftime report. When we come back, we'll be ready for the second half action here from Wildcat Stadium. It is Denham Springs 7, Walker 0. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenck, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
James Drug Store is your locally owned and operated pharmacy. James has been serving Livingston Parish for almost 100 years. Your independent pharmacy, James, is committed to your health. Their pharmacists are there to serve you. Quick, accurate, professional. Old-fashioned service meets modern-day medicine. James Drug Store, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
We'll get back in Yellow Jackets football. That will do it for the Sunshine Cleaners halftime report, brought to you by Sunshine Cleaners. Sunshine Cleaners looks forward to being your go-to cleaners for all of your dry cleaning and laundry needs. That's Sunshine Cleaners, family-owned and operated, Denham Springs, Walker, Live Oak, and locations in Baton Rouge. Ready to get the second half underway here. It will be Bravo stepping up to kick it off for the Yellow Jackets from the 40-yard line. A shorter end-over-end kick fielded at the 31-yard line. It is going to be Walker on the return, gets across the 35, and a mouthpiece comes flying out. Looks like what is that? But will be first down for the Wildcats. A decent return right there for Walker.
I'll second that. You don't see many mouthpieces fly 8-9 yards down the field,
yes.
but it went flying out of the pile. Somebody grabbed the mouthpiece and chunked it, I guess. Interesting decision there on the kickoff. We got the last one, a low-line drive that bounced into the end zone for a touchback. This time we went with the short sky kick, which actually Walker handled well, and now have the ball to 38-yard line, which isn't too bad a field position for them.
Mitch, it's Brett Beard. He's going to do things like this. It's Jamboree. He would do it in a regular season game. That's why we love him, you know. 1st and 10 now for the Wildcats. They will start this drive at their own 37-yard line. Here is Silv out of the shotgun. We'll hand it off to Jones. Jones gets to the 40, runs over a Yellow Jacket as he makes his way to the 45-yard line. Again, a big running back there, Jones, wearing number 94, which is just still unusual, but I'm getting used to it.
Well, if you're going to have 94 and run the ball, you need to try and run somebody over. And Jaden Washington, our sophomore corner, made a tackle, but he ended up on his back at the end of that play.
Here is 2nd and 3rd. It'll be Silv. We'll pass it on to the far side of the field. It'll be caught by the Wildcats, and getting across midfield to the Yellow Jacket 49 will be the Wildcats, and that will be a first down for Walker on the reception. For Walker was number 1. That is Joseph Carlian.
Remember, Walker went very quick at times in the first half, so we may not get to say a lot between plays here. Rancher Miller with a good tackle after a few yards, but it was a first down.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats from the Yellow Jacket 49-yard line. Here is a pass again, and getting to the Yellow Jacket 44-yard line. On that far sideline, trying to see who the reception was. That time, it looks like it is going to be Rashad Taylor.
Yeah, Walker has gone out with some just quick screens, trying to throw the ball out fast. A good job by Josh Hogan getting out there to make the tackle.
2nd and 5 from the Yellow Jacket 44-yard line. Now Silv from the shotgun will hand it off in the backfield to Jones. Jones coming, finds some room. He's at the Denham Springs 40, the 30, off to the races at the 20, the 10, the 5, and Jones in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Yeah, that was an interesting look right there. It really didn't see a whole lot of room for him to run. He tried to get around the left end, and Ravius Williams did a good job of kind of setting the edge and turning back into the middle. But when he turned back, he found the smallest of creases. It didn't look like a lot of room, and he just found a little crease, hit the middle. Rancher Miller looked like kind of have a little slip as he tried to make a cut back to make the tackle there, and then he was splitting through the middle of the defense, and was nobody left after that.
So the Wildcats will get on the board with 10:40 left here, left in this second half action now. The two 12-minute halves has me a little mixed up too, Mitch. Not quite used to that. Wildcats will come on to attempt the extra point. It is going to be Niall Allen to kick it. Waits for the snap, hold is down, kick is up. It is end over end, and he pushes it to the right, and it is no good. So the Yellow Jackets will retain a 1-point lead. They lead at 7-6 over the Wildcats. We're back after this on the Yellow Jacket football.
If you're a small business owner in the Denham Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Randy Robertson runs a small business in the Denham Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price, because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Randy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Quick and Handy Cleaners is now Sunshine Cleaners. The name has changed, but not the same great service you've received throughout the years. Hats off to Scooter and Kate Keene for everything they've done to help the Livingston Parish community. The Moore family at Sunshine Cleaners has been in business since 1995 and looks forward to offering the same great service with the same great staff you've come to rely on. Family owned and operated, that's Sunshine Cleaners. Denham Springs, Walker, and Live Oak, and locations in Baton Rouge.
Welcome back in. It is Yellow Jacket Football, Family Radio 91.9 FM on the web at johnfineproductions.com. And coming next week at DS Jacket Vision on YouTube. So join us for that. Here's the kickoff from the Wildcats. It is going to be end over end. It is Sam Ponce, the kicker. It is be Brenton Paul. He's at the 30-yard line, 35, still on his feet. Gets to his own 37-yard line. Will be first down for the Yellow Jackets. So seeing Brenton Paul making some space here on his returns as he's had here tonight.
Two really good returns by the Jackets on kickoff return. Coach Dexter Thurber, the special teams coordinator, you know he's got to be happy with that start. And look, I want to take some credit here. That ball that missed to the right, I said it was windy out here. I'm going to go ahead and say the wind pushed it all the way to the right. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but
okay,
I just trying to make myself sound good.
1, Walker kicker 0.
You know, it's only a little 20-yard chip shot, but let's just say the wind pushed it. Why not?
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. They will start it at their own 38-yard line. It is Horn in a pistol formation with Paul lined up behind him. Sends some men in motion going to the far sideline now. Horn waits for the snap, gets it. He will hand it off to Paul. Paul, cuts it back to the inside, gets across midfield, still on his feet at the Walker 40-yard line as he is pushed out of bounds. Trying to say he would hit the counter there very nicely, and it is a first down for the Yellow Jackets, making it another Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. And guess what, Mitch? This Sunday, it's happy hour all day, and it just so happens LSU plays Sunday.
Well, all day happy hour, LSU playing. I may have found where I'm going to watch the LSU game.
I mean, you won't find better prices in town, I assure you.
Maybe not, but let's talk about Brenton Paul on that one. He really tried to get the ball to the left side and got a lot of pressure and cut back and made most of that on his own and outran the Walker cornerback to get to the edge, and a great 20-yard gain for us.
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets now. It will be from the Walker 40-yard line. 10-20 left here in this second half of action. Handoff again to Paul, coming to the near side, will be wrapped up and will spin around, tries to get some yardage and is unable to as he will lose one on the carry.
Yeah, just a lot of penetration from the Walker defensive front. Like I said, the play before got penetration as Brenton tried to go to the left, and then he cut back to the right and made something happen. This time, two guys kind of penetrating through the interior of the offensive line. So maybe a little bit of work to clean up for the Yellow Jacket offensive lineman for next week as we get to Hammond. But as we did in the first half, Coach Fournier made a few adjustments, got the ball out the hands quickly, had Horn rolling out to buy some room to make his passes.
Second down and 11 for the Yellow Jackets. Wildcat 41-yard line. Horn empty backfield, looks to throw, dances around, has time, has pressure coming now. It'll be wrapped up back at the Walker 45-yard line.
Well, I'm going to say that right there would be more of a coverage sack. We really had a decent amount of time to throw the ball there. We had a pretty good pass protection with the front offensive line. Just Horn wasn't able to find any of the receivers that they got out there. Good coverage by the Walker secondary. And Horn did a good job not just throwing it up for grabs and went ahead and just kind of ate the ball a little bit right there, took the sack, but we didn't put the ball up into danger.
All right, it will be 3rd and 15 now for the Yellow Jackets. Wildcat 45-yard line, 9 minutes left here in this half. Horn from the shotgun, 4 receiver set with 3 out to the far side. Here is the snap. He drops back, looks to throw, fires it downfield, looking for Haynes, and it is going to be incomplete at the Walker 10-yard line. Brings up 4th down for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, had 4 verticals, it looked like all 4 receivers, somebody up the numbers, 2 guys up the hashes, and so Horn was trying to pick out the one with the least amount of coverage, but a good job by the Walker safety helping to get over there to help break that pass up. So pass falls short, but the Jackets did have some positive yards there, moved it forward. Most of the first half was played on the Walker end of the field, and after that good run by Brenton Paul, after this punt, we should have Walker pinned back a little bit, and hopefully we can keep them pinned back near their end zone.
4th down and 15 for the Yellow Jackets. That will send out Harrison to punt this one away for the Yellow Jackets. Here is the snap. Punt is away. A nice high spiral punt. It is going to be fielded at the 12-yard line, hit immediately by a swarm of Yellow Jackets. It'll be first down for the Wildcats, deep in their own territory. 8:38 left here in this second half action. 7-6 Wildcats trailing the Yellow Jackets back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackson Vision, are brought to you in part by Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, L. King Company, Danny Pauline with 5 Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Sports Clips, and Phone In. We thank you for your support and patronage.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets football. It is 8:38 left here in the second half of this Jamboree from Walker High School. It is going to be 1st and 10 for Walker. They will start this drive back at their own 12-yard line.
Well, I got a moment. I want to give Jackson Ward some credit. Jackson Ward, the deep snapper on both the look like the extra points and also on the punts, and everything's been pretty sharp today.
Here is Silv. Will take the snap, has pressure coming, will escape it now, going to keep it himself to the 15-yard line. The 20 will be pushed out of bounds around the 20-yard line of the Walker Wildcats, but here on the Denham Springs sideline, and that will be enough for a first down for Walker.
Although Sil was able to wiggle away and get a first down on that, we had good pressure from Ja'Cory Gross on the edge, although now he's running off to the sideline holding his wrist. I'm not sure what may have happened there, but he got great pressure on the quarterback, forced him to bust up the play, but Silva did a good job of finding room to run.
From the 23-yard line now, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Still from the shotgun, will hand it off to Jones. Jones trying to find some space. He does. It almost gets to the open field, and a helmet will come off, and Yellow Jackets lucky right there. Almost, I don't know if he tripped over his own 2 feet or a shoestring tackle. Nonetheless, Jones is about to be off to the races.
For the second time, a very patient run. The opening hole wasn't there, and he kind of bounced behind his lineman until he found a little bit of a crease, and he shot through. That time, Rancher Miller was able to get something on him. He was fighting off of a block, and I don't know if he pushed the blocker into the runner's legs or somehow there was a trip up, but if not for Rancher Miller being there, that would have been a touchdown.
Going to be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. They will play this one from their own 35-yard line. Silv will hand it off. He will have another running back with a odd number, if you will, 49 at that time for Walker. Let me get that number for you real quick, that name and number. That is going to be Brian Hernandez for the Wildcats, as he has a good first down run there. So seeing Walker kind of becoming a little more patient here in the second half.
Just patient runs. There's not big, huge holes to run through, but the runners are doing a good job of staying behind their linemen. Their linemen are keeping their hands on the defenders and linebackers, and they're just wiggling their way through and getting a little bit of yards here and there. Now the referees are talking. A little bit of extracurricular happening as the play was ending. Looked like Yellow Jacket cornerback, not Caden Anderson, that's number 10. It was Jaden Washington, we mentioned earlier, sophomore cornerback, got tangled up with one of the Walker receivers. Referees are talking about it. I know it's going to, whatever it was going to be is going to be offset, and the ball's not going to end up moving anywhere, but I'm not sure if he was talking about ejecting a player or not, but they're still meeting about it.
They are still meeting about it, so we will wait to see what this is. What the end result will be at a 7:16 left here in this second half action. Again, 2 12-minute halves here from Walker High School to end this Jamboree. Yellow Jackets with the 1-point lead, 7-6 over the parish rival Walker Wildcats. So we kind of saw Walker come out, and again, it seemed like they were, it had a lot to do with the Yellow Jackets defense, but they were just kind of choppy, if you will.
Yep, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. I was watching the White Hat. He finally did come out and just said offset and unsportsmanlike penalties between the two. But, yeah, Walker has just, in the run game here, not able to find anything in the passing game and really not huge holes to run, but the running backs have done a good job of finding whatever crease there is, and once they get their foot planted and they turn upfield, they find that acceleration, and they've found some good yards.
All right, so as they get this sorted out, it is going to be 1st, and it looks to be 1st and 5 for the Wildcats from their own 41-yard line.
2nd and 5. They
Second
just now switched it. Yep, that's where the play ended. But, yeah, they got 5 yards.
With the offsetting penalty.
They got 5 yards when it really looked like there wasn't much room at all.
Yes, they've been very patient in the backfield.
And a physical run at the end of that one, kind of dragging a couple of Jacket defenders with him.
2nd and 5, their own 41-yard line. Still from the shotgun, looks to throw, throws it quickly to the near sideline. It is caught across midfield into Yellow Jacket territory. On the reception is going to be Kermit Jackson for the Wildcats. First down, Walker.
Well, there's a little lesson for the Jackets. So, like we said, with Jaden Washington having to come out because of what happened in the play before, they went right after the replacement. That's Quentin Clay was over there at cornerback, and it's a short little pass that was caught, but Quentin Clay wasn't able to make the tackle, and they got upfield for a few more yards.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Yellow Jacket 45-yard line. Quick pass out to the far sideline is caught by Walker. He's at the 20, the 30, going to be pushed out of bounds around the 25-yard line. On the reception is Rashad Taylor for Walker, and another first down for the Wildcats as they're starting to put some things together here.
Same thing, just to the top side of the field that time, but Caden Anderson was on the cornerback that was defending, but they just catch a little 5-yard pass route, and then once they called it, the receivers are doing a good job of making the cornerback miss and getting upfield for extra yards.
Going to be 1st and 10, 23-yard line of the Yellow Jackets for Walker. Here is Silv out of the shotgun, looking to throw. Pressure is coming. He is going to be hit and brought down for a big loss on the play. Yellow Jackets all over that one. Darius Scott with a big hit.
That was Ja'Cory Gross. Ja'Cory Gross was back in there. Yep, he was in there with it. So Gross, number 22, he was the one to come off the edge. Scott got it there at the end of the play, but Gross was the first one there coming off the edge. So obviously that wrist that he came off the field is feeling better, but a nice sack.
2nd and long now. Silv from the shotgun has Gross coming again. Pressure is coming. Silv is going to be wrapped up and brought down at the 36-yard line, the 34-yard line of Denham Springs. And this Yellow Jackets defense has pinned their ears back and gone after it.
Ja'Cory Gross, 2 plays in a row, coming hard off the top edge, the left edge of the Jacket defense. This time he forced the quarterback to scramble right. Caden Allen, inside linebacker, saw the quarterback scrambling, got upfield, and finished off the sack.
All right, it is now time for a Water Tree of Denham Springs. Water break time out. It is, how are you enjoying this 40-degree weather, Mitch?
It's excellent. Love it. 40 degrees, though. We sure about 40 degrees?
We're talking about 40 degrees Celsius. You know that, right?
Oh, Celsius.
Means we need to get hydrated, which we did, and we will do at Water Tree of Denham Springs. That is Railroad Avenue in Denham, making that 40-degree temperature more tolerant. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Big Mike's Grill. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
That is your Water Tree of Denham Springs hydration break. It'll be 3rd and a mile now for the Wildcats. And we've got a whistle on the, okay, so now I think they're just starting the clock, huh?
Yeah, trying to get everything set back up on where it's going to be. But like I said, Ja'Cory Gross just kind of took matters in his own hand the last 2 plays. Walker was in great position, 1st and 10 at the Yellow Jacket 24-yard line, and now they're looking at 3rd and about 22 because Ja'Cory Gross has caused some things to happen.
It'll be from the Denham Springs 34-yard lines, 5:50 left here in this half of action. Here's a handoff to Jones, tries to go right up the middle, gets across the 30, we brought down at the Yellow Jacket 28-yard line, but it will be 4th down now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, good job. They tried a little draw looking right there, and then we got senior linebacker James Gaspar with a good tackle, and once again, Caden Allen also there to help make the assist.
All right, so it is 4th and about 15 for the Wildcats. They will keep the offense out on the field with 5:20 left here. Still from the shotgun, drops back, looks to throw towards the end zone. It is going to be incomplete. It'll be a turnover on downs. Yellow Jackets will have it 1st and 10. They lead at 7-6 against the Wildcats, and we are back after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
No pain, no gain might apply to football, but not your teeth. If you have toothache pain, gain relief with Dr. Michael Sharola. Emergencies are seen the same day. Dr. Sharola and his staff treat all phases of dentistry, including Zoom whitening procedures. Michael Sharola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all world by visiting him. Call 665-3100 or visit Dr. Sharola in Watson next to the post office.
It is going to be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from their own their own 28-yard line. Horn will be out of the shotgun. Here is the snap. Will be a handoff to Paul. Paul coming to the near side, gets tripped up just shy of the 35-yard line, but a good 1st down run right there by Brenton Paul. 7-6, the Yellow Jackets with the lead with 5 minutes left here in this half of action for this 2024 Jamboree.
I just want to back up a second for that good defensive stand right there. Great job of getting pressure early in the series by Ja'Cory Gross, and then on the 4th down play, sophomore defensive back Caden Milligan with good coverage. So we've heard a couple sophomores called out in the secondary today, juniors over there in the secondary. So these guys are athletic and they're skilled. We didn't see them a lot last year, but you can see right now those guys can make some plays as well.
On 2nd and 5 for the Yellow Jackets, it will be Horn from the shotgun, sends some men in motion, now has the 3 receivers out to the far sideline. It is going to be a handoff to Paul, who tries to go to the left side and going to be tripped up right back at the line of scrimmage for a 3rd down.
I think he just kind of slipped right there. And I do know we play our junior high games here on this field as well, and it seems a little bit slick, for whatever reason. I've seen a couple guys kind of lose their footing just a little bit out here tonight. And so Brenton Paul was stretching it hard to the left, and as he tried to turn upfield, just kind of lost his feet. So Jackets faces, was that 3rd and 4?
That will be 3rd and 4, yes. And, I wonder, too, we've had a little bit of sprinkling here going on just constantly, too. So it just seems like that's kind of
moisture on the little moisture on there,
field,
correct.
Just enough to put that slick on it instead of making it wet, 3rd down and 5 for the Yellow Jackets. Here is Horn. Fakes the handoff to Paul, looks to throw, looking to the middle of the field, has open receiver, going to be caught by the Yellow Jackets. On the reception is Peyton Puffer. First down for the Yellow Jackets.
Great execution on the play right there. A little play action in the backfield. Horn took the play action, had a couple of guys getting to him quickly, but Peyton Puffer was getting behind the linebackers, and Horn just went ahead and lofted it up above the linebackers, and then Puffer was there to make the good catch. So great job by the Jackets once again on a third down. We've got a couple key third down conversions today. I know that's our third one. One of them was a touchdown, the most important one, and the Jackets are now in big plus territory.
That's a Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Big Mike's has live music on the weekends. Be sure you go check them out there. That is Aspen Square in Denham Springs, Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill. First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. 37-yard line of the Walker Wildcats. 3 minutes left here in the half. Here is Horn. Will fake the handoff to Paul. Will keep it himself to the 30-yard line. Still on his feet, 25, 20, still on his feet, 15. Push out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Another first down for the Yellow Jackets. Another Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Come book your personal private party in one of Big Mike's banquet rooms. That's Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill.
You know, we have seen Horn for a few times over the last few years, and that is a part of his game that he does have. He's got pretty good speed, and right there he made the read to not give the ball to Brenton Paul and kept it around the edge, and we once again, good blocking by receivers on the outside. Another time, Sean Goldman over there on that right side helping keep the cornerbacks off of him in a big gain.
It will be the 17-yard line, official line of scrimmage here. First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Horn with Brenton Paul lined up behind him will get the snap. We'll hand it off to Paul. Nope, Horn will keep it himself again, escapes some pressure, and will get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
I'm going to give the Walker outside linebacker a good bit of credit right there. That was Jake Rapold coming off the edge. It looked like he was coming to tackle Brenton Paul, who was about to get the handoff, but yet when Jerry Horn pulled it, he came off of Brenton Paul and was also there to get a hit on Jerry Horn. So he kind of took care of two guys at one effort.
Clock continues to run with 2:20 left here in this half of action. We again will play just two halves. This is 2 minutes left here in the contest, if you will.
You know, that clock is going to become an issue because Jackets are up one, so if we can milk most of this clock here in this possession.
Horn out of the shotgun. It's a high snap. He's able to hand it down, turns around, throws it to the end zone, has open receiver, Peyton Puffer, almost with a miraculous catch, incomplete in the end zone. Holy smackerel, what I mean.
There was a lot of emotions on that play.
There was so much going on.
A lot of having. Bad snap, that wasn't handled, so Horn had to pick it up off the ground, and honestly, I didn't like that he just kind of threw it up for grabs. Walker, defender out there near the goal line, actually fell down when the ball was up for grabs, so now Peyton Puffer is the only guy there with a chance to catch it, and then he was not quite able to get both hands up on the ball, and it fell to the ground incomplete, but a lot of things happening.
There was a lot going on there, and I thought when I saw the Walker defender fall down, I thought, oh, Peyton Puffer's got this. Some miracle play just happened here. Going to be 3rd and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Horn from the shotgun. Here is a snap. Will be a fake handoff. Looks to throw. He does. That is going to be Haynes on the reception. He's going to be brought down about the 15-yard line. They'll probably mark him down about the 16, but nonetheless, it will be 4th down for the Yellow Jackets.
Timeout by Walker trying to stop the clock with 1:47. It looks like the Jackets are going to tip the field goal after the timeout.
1:47 left here in this half. Denham Springs 7, Walker 6. Back after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program, to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Going to be a 34-yard attempt for Jonathan Bravo. It will be Colton LaBeouf, the holder, on 4th down. Here's the snap. It's a high snap through LaBeouf's hands. He is going to have to go back and fall on it. Ball is still loose. It is at midfield now. Wildcats are going to try to get it. Now the ball is still on the ground at the Yellow Jacket 38-yard line. And it is going to be a big swing of events right there for the Yellow Jackets and the Wildcats with 1:33 left here. Just a bad snap right there through Colton LaBeouf's hands, and then it was just fumble-rooski.
Certainly, and so snaps got us kind of twice in the last 3 plays right there, as we had on the second down play, a snap the quarterback wasn't able to handle, and now we're trying to field goal to go up 4 points with 1.5 minutes left, and then a bad snap. So not only do we not get the field goal, but we lost about 40 yards of field position as Walker takes over at the Yellow Jacket 39.
Going to be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Yellow Jacket 39-yard line. Still out of the shotgun. We'll throw it quickly to the sideline, and it is going to be incomplete. His intended receiver there was Carlton Joseph, who had looked like he had fallen down and tried to bring it in.
That little bit of sprinkle we've had might have just the ground a little bit slick, because if a couple of guys are falling to the ground, they tried the little 5-yard hitch again, and the receiver ended up falling down, and so the ball fell to the ground incomplete.
It's kind of like an oil slick on the ground when it doesn't downpour just that little bit here on 2nd and 10. Now Silv will get it from the shotgun. We've got a stop whistle on the play. We'll blow this one dead. Going to be against the Wildcats, I believe, huh?
Well, you know, I also teach driver's ed in the summer when I'm not school teaching. So your little driver's ed fact for you, the roads are the most slick when it first starts to rain.
That's right.
And so it just barely started rain here, and the turf is the most slick right now.
You see?
And there you go.
There you go.
Now you know.
And now you know. On 2nd and 15 now for the Wildcats, it will be Silv from the shotgun. We'll throw it into the flats. It is going to be to Jones. Jones at the 45, the 40, 35, still on his feet at the 30. We'll get inside the Yellow Jacket 30-yard line as the clock stops with 1:14 here, and it'll be a first down for the Wildcats. 7-6, Yellow Jackets with the 1-point advantage.
And Walker going fast. You don't get many timeouts in the Jamboree.
Silv will be out of the shotgun on 1st and 10. We'll look to throw. He does. It is going to be caught by the Wildcats. On the reception is going to be Joseph again, and it will be another first down for the Wildcats as they move quickly here, as you mentioned, with just about a minute left here in this half of action.
And
a minute left in the
wondering how
Jamboree.
much they trust their field goal kickers. They did miss the extra point earlier.
Silv on 1st and 10 will throw it towards the end zone. He does. It is incomplete. Intended receiver was Rashad Taylor. Stops the clock with 52 seconds left here in the contest.
So this will be a good moment for the Yellow Jacket team as a whole. You know, a lot of pressure right here. It's a Jamboree that's not really going to count, but ball at the 12-yard line, you're up by 1 with 52 seconds left. If the Jackets can at least force a field goal attempt, you feel like you may have a chance because they didn't get off a solid kick on the extra point. So you definitely want to make, at least try to force that field goal attempt and not let them get in the end zone.
2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. Denham Springs 12-yard line. They trail by 1, 52 seconds left. Silv out of the shotgun. Gets the snap. Looks to throw. Has pressure coming. Going to throw it out of bounds as he was being pressured by that Yellow Jacket defensive front, who has done a fantastic job all night.
They really did. They did a good job of the Jacket defense right there, getting a lot of pressure going on. Coach Chris Womack bringing some pressure. They got to the quarterback. He had to just kind of throw it away. And I do think that they have changed the high school rule as far as you can, as long as you get the ball past the line of scrimmage, you're throwing it out of bounds, the quarterback's okay with that one.
3rd and 10 for the Wildcats. Yellow Jacket 12-yard line. Silv from the shotgun. Trips to the far side of the field. One receiver to the near. Here is the snap. Pressure is coming. Silv's going to have to dump it off. He does to Jones at the 10-yard line. Jones makes a move. Will be pushed out of bounds around the Yellow Jacket 5. Stops the clock with 37 seconds left here in the Jamboree.
Coach Womack brought pressure again, and that busted up the initial part of the play. They had to dump it short. Good job rallying there for the defensive secondary to make the tackle. So we did force the field goal attempt we were hoping for, but they did inch it a little bit closer. It's only going to be a 22-yard attempt.
And it will be Niall Allen on to attempt this. What'd you say it was? 22-yard attempt?
22 yards from the left hash, not in the middle. It's on the left hash.
For the lead with 37 seconds left here in the Jamboree. Here's the snap. Hold is down. Ball is going to be tipped, and it is going to be no good. Yellow Jackets come up big. 31 seconds left in the Jamboree. Yellow Jackets have the ball after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Bank Plus, together with Zelle, makes it easy to send money straight from your smartphone to friends, family, the yard guy, babysitters, or millions of others with access to Zelle. So yeah, pretty much anyone. And of course, they can all send you money too. Settle that dinner tab with Zelle. It's free, fast, and secure. And right in the Bank Plus mobile app. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC. Zelle is available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets football. Yellow Jackets block the 22-yard field goal attempt by the Wildcats. Mitch Covington, you called it from the left hash, not the middle or the right hash and all that. You caught it a chip shot, which can go wrong. I've had plenty of those on the golf course that look just like that, so I know the pain. Victory formation here for the Yellow Jackets as they will take a knee and the clock will run down within 25 seconds left.
And just to back up to that last series, they got the ball, first down at about the 12-yard line, 14-yard line, somewhere close to that. Coach Womack on second and third down brought a lot of pressure. Still wasn't able to sit back and find open receivers, just had to dump the third down play off quickly. The Jackets rallied and stopped them short of the first down to force that field goal attempt. And so good job by the Jacket defense holding strong.
Clock will run down. 3, 2, 1, 0. It is official, and make that a Jackets win, and you can win by visiting Bank Plus for all of your personal and business financial needs. That's Bank Plus, 822 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. When we return, it'll be the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show brought to you by Ralph Seller Chevrolet just over the Amite River Bridge in Baton Rouge. It is Ralph Seller Chevrolet located at 15015 Florida Boulevard and open for your automotive needs. Ready to serve you at a Chevrolet location familiar to you for over 40 years. Parts and service manager Jim McChristian at Ralph Sellers, a proud supporter of the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. Come visit Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. 7-6, the final here from Wildcat Stadium. We'll be back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackets Vision, are brought to you in part by Forest Grove Plantation, Liberty Auto Sales, Shea Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, Triton Outpatient Clinic, Modad 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, and Duke Seafood and Steakhouse. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News.
Denham Springs High School
Since
football
1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Quick and Handy Cleaners is now Sunshine Cleaners. The name has changed, but not the same great service you've received throughout the years. Hats off to Scooter and Kay Keene for everything they've done to help the Livingston Parish community. The Moore family at Sunshine Cleaners has been in business since 1995 and looks forward to offering the same great service with the same great staff you've come to rely on. Family owned and operated, that's Sunshine Cleaners. Denham Springs, Walker, and Live Oak, and locations in Baton Rouge.
Welcome back into the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show. 7-6, Yellow Jackets with the win here in their Jamboree against the Walker Wildcats from Walker High School. Josh Ward alongside John Fine now. John, an exciting Jamboree here. Had just about everything you could imagine here. Yellow Jackets come out with the win, making it a Bank Plus win for the Yellow Jackets as well. And I mean, what a Jamboree here. You get a lot out of this one.
It really was. And, you know, Jamborees don't matter in the general scheme of things as far as wins and losses on the overall schedule. But the Jackets get a much-needed boost of confidence with the way they performed and coming out with a W here, Josh. And hats off to the Denham Springs crowd, because probably it was 2-1 as far as the Jackets fans compared to the Walker fans. The Jackets had the road crowd advantage, if you will, tonight. Denham Springs in the first half played just about flawless defensively, allowing only one first down for Walker, and that was by penalty. The Jackets, with a nice third down pass from a Horn to Sean Goldman on their opening possession, are able to extend that drive, but ultimately have to punt the ball away. And Walker, on the first of two straight possessions, goes 1, 2, 3, and out. The Jackets, on their third possession, they travel 62 yards in just over 2 minutes of game clock with 56 seconds left. Another third down play, Horn to Haynes from 11 yards out. Bravo, Jonathan, with the extra point. 7-0 Denham Springs at that point. Walker High School then takes over on their 20 and not able to do anything. Only one first down for Walker in the first half. Jackets lead 7-0 heading into the second half. Walker takes its first possession, and they are able to travel 62 yards with a Goins 44-yard run. Extra point, no good. Jackets go up 7-6. First half, defense was the difference for the Jackets. Second half, special teams was the major factor. Walker then, on their following possession, they drive the ball deep into Denham territory, almost into the red zone, but the Jackets come up with 2 sacks to repel Walker, and 4th and 15 from the Jackets 28. A Silv pass falls incomplete. Jackets take over on downs. 3rd and 4 for the Jackets, and a big play once again on third down. The Jackets really connecting on third down efforts, as it was a long pass to Puffer about 20 yards, keeping the Jackets drive alive. And then it looked as if Puffer, in the end zone, off of all sorts of craziness, was going to catch the pass, but just were unable to corral it. Jackets have to go for a 34-yard field goal and a high snap. The ball is bouncing around like a hot potato at midfield. A number of Walker players had an opportunity to grab it and to score, but they don't. And Walker ultimately does get possession of the football at the Jackets' 39-yard line. They drive inside the Jackets' 5-yard line, 4th and 3 from the 5. They opt to try to kick a game-winning field goal. The 22-yard field goal was partially blocked by the Jackets, and Denham Springs takes the Jamboree over their cross Livingston Parish rival Walker 7-6. Great win for Denham Springs, even if it is just a Jamboree.
Just a Jamboree, but definitely something to build on. And you came in against a Walker team that people have picked to win this district here again. In Week 9, when we play Walker again, this won't mean a whole lot. There's a lot of ball games to be in between there, but it looks like what we saw last week at the scrimmage, what we saw here tonight, Yellow Jackets continue to be taking steps in the right direction.
And something else, Josh, that's good is that the freshmen defeat Walker 8-0. JV falls 6-0, but plays a very competitive game, so that bodes well for the future for Jackets football teams as well.
Well, John, if the season is any like this game was tonight, we are in for one heck of a season, and great to have you along for the ride with this crew here. We are going to be doing some fun things this year.
Thank you, Josh. Looking forward to it. Appreciate the great work you do.
You bet. Thank you, John. We will see you next week. We will be back with more of the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show. 7-6 Yellow Jackets with the win over Walker High School here in the Jamboree. Back with more after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program, to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, side desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackson, are brought to you in part by You Safe and Lock, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, District Court Judge Brian Abels, Coconut Willie's Zachary, Sports Clip, and Safe Voyage Tattoo. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
It is the Ralph Sellers Chevrolet post-game show. 7-6 Yellow Jackets with the victory here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Josh Ward now joined by broadcast partner Mitch Covington. Mitch, I was talking with John and his segment there recapping the game. I mean, wow, how much excitement could you have here for a Jamboree? Not surprising based on how these teams feel about each other. You know the juices were going to be flowing. You knew the excitement was going to be there. This felt like a Week 10 district game with the title on the line between these two teams. The crowd was in it. Everybody was in it. You said the Fumblerooski missed, almost touchdowns from people falling down. I mean, it had everything.
The last minute and a half of that game really had a lot of things going back and forth. But that was, coaches love to see that. You love to see Jamboree come down to the final buzzer, and you want to see somebody make a play, somebody make a defensive stand, somebody score a touchdown, somebody make a field goal, whatever it's going to be, because you're going to have close games throughout the year. And so the Jackets now have that feeling inside of them. Hey, even when our backs are against the wall, it didn't look great when Walker had the ball inside the 15-yard line with less than 30 seconds, but the defense held out, forced a field goal attempt, and then, of course, was able to maybe get a finger on the ball or not, and it sailed wide right, and then the Jackets were able to pull out the victory.
So they sure were, and I was talking with John, same thing with you, and I want your take on this now as well, but all of this stuff just continues to see steps in the right direction. The one thing that we saw in the early part of this game was first downs was a problem for the Yellow Jackets. They seemed to clean that up in the second half. Defense got put in some bad spots, bailed themselves out of it each time. Everything that you see from here tonight, you got to go back, look at film. We cleaned this up. We're looking at an exciting season.
I think we are, because I think if you look at the opponents that we have played in the scrimmage game and the Jamboree, these are two good 5A football teams. Walker has a good football team. They're going to a lot of football games. We know Zachary has a good football team, and they're going to win a ton of football games. And so we've held our own, if not better. We've come out on top of the scrimmage. We come out on top of a Jamboree now, and so that's a great start to the year. I know those guys are going to be confident as they move forward. But as always, there's things to learn from the day. There's going to be some things to clean up, maybe some spots on the offensive line that let a few guys leak through the interior of the line right there early on in the game. Then defensively, the second half, Walker, who was bottled up all the first half with only one first down thanks to a penalty. The second half, they were able to move the ball down the field a little bit, but then the Jackets held strong when they needed to at the end. And so it's good to come out with a victory, but of course there's a lot of things they're going to be able to learn as they move forward. And so all the preseason is now behind us, and we start looking forward to the games that count for real.
That's right, and that will get started next week at Yellow Jacket Stadium. The Hammond Tornadoes come in to Denham Springs. It will be game one officially, as you said, the tallies start to official count there. So it'll be interesting to see how the Yellow Jackets build on this. It'll be at home. It should be a good crowd because the excitement around this team is big now. From the scrimmage, I mean, I had people texting and calling me even in my office at work. Man, what? Did y'all really get after Zachary like that? I mean, in the two-timed
And it really was. I
it
mentioned it before the game that I started getting text messages from buddies and friends that had heard about it. But then again, as the week progressed, just people in Baton Rouge, the Baton Rouge area, I had friends that were texting me, man, Denham play that well against Zachary? Because they know I keep up with Denham and I'm watching what's going on and everything. And so word got around town pretty quickly that Denham really dominated that scrimmage in some areas. And then they came out today with Walker and kind of backed that up with another strong performance against the team. Once again, Walker was in the quarterfinals last year, and they got a lot of those players returning. They're going to win a lot of games this year. Preseason pick to win the district, as we talked about in the paper this morning. And so a good performance tonight. Jackets have a lot of things to be happy about as we move forward and we get ready for the regular season.
All right, and that will be, again, next week, 6 o'clock, Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. It will be on Family Radio 91.9 FM, and we will officially be live next week on at DS Jacket Vision on your YouTube. You can put in Google at DS Jacket Vision. You can go to YouTube, like the page, subscribe to the page to keep up all to date on the things going on with the page. You can go back and watch previous games that we've had before. You can check it all out. And DSTV will be a part of what we do here as far as put some highlight films together for Denham Springs. So we're really excited about that, Mitch. I know we're all excited about it. Really excited to have Jake Williamson and Darren Ferrante a part of that team to take it to the next level.
You know what I would do if I was at the game? If I was at the game, I'd bring some AirPods, and I'd put our YouTube broadcast on and just stick the AirPods in. They could watch the game. They could hear us talk about what happened. Because when you're in the bleachers, you don't always see everything. We're sitting up higher than they are. We got a great view of it, so they can listen to the game while they're also watching the game. And so you don't have to go back home and pull up YouTube because you can check it all out at one time.
Yes. Now, if you want to go back and see the key plays, you can be able to do that too. Again, that is at DS Jacket Vision. Next week, 6 o'clock, it will be the Yellow Jackets and the Hammond Tornadoes, Game 1, 2024 season, and we'll have it all right here for you. So, Mitch, any final thoughts before we close out here?
Just a great start to the season, of course, the preseason, as you could say. The Jackets came out of preseason camp pretty healthy. Haven't heard of any major injuries anywhere. Had a good scrimmage with Zachary. Good Jamboree tonight. Didn't see anybody on the field that came off with any major injuries so forth, so that's always a big plus. You don't want to lose guys early on in the year like that, and so we should be at full strength as we head to the regular season, and a lot of things to be happy about. A few things you can work on to clean up and, of course, keep getting better, and I know this team has got to be happy at where they stand right now.
Absolutely, and thank you, Mitch. Great job tonight. Look forward to seeing you next week, and have a good weekend. Enjoy that day off. Hit them straight.
Hey, gonna have a lot of fun on Monday, Saturday, and Monday on the golf course.
Well, there you go.
You know where to find me.
That's right. I'll be in Bay St. Louis thinking about you. All right, folks, that will do it for the Ralph Siller Chevrolet postgame show, brought to you by Ralph Siller Chevrolet, located at 15015, just over the bridge right there in Baton Rouge, at a spot familiar to you for over 40 years. It is Ralph Siller Chevrolet. Our parts and service manager over there at Ralph Siller Chevrolet is our good friend Jim McChristian, a proud supporter of the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. Again, 7-6, the final here from Wildcat Stadium. Yellow Jackets win the Jamboree 7-6 over the parish rivals. Next week, again, it is Hammond High, Yellow Jacket Stadium, 6 o'clock, Sports Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Hope you'll join us. For Jake Williamson, Darren Ferrante at home, Lamine Figueroa back in the studio, Mitch Covington, John Fine, I'm Josh Ward saying good night, everybody.
On Family Radio 91.9 FM, Baton Rouge, and on the internet at johnfineproductions.com. Denham Springs High School football broadcasts are a John Fine production.